Every week I've been changing the episode name.
Just give it a minute to pop up. I don't care about your bullshit. Yeah, okay, it's up.
Cool.
Yep, see, there you go. You talking about it? Alright, let me share it on X, aka Twitter, because it still shows Twitter as the share thing whenever you hit the button on my phone.
Yeah.
So I just laugh about that. It's like, hee hee, stupid. Okay, so since we're using my lunacy to bring us into realization.
Issue why you're against abortion and why you're against transgenderism is because you're a misogynist, okay?
First of all, I'm not a misogynist because a misogynist is someone that puts down women. I exalt women to their rightful role. Women are supposed to be women, not men. And every time somebody says that a woman is equal to a man and does what a man could do, you're actually abusing and denigrating women. Women have a unique purpose and they're special. They're fearfully and wonderfully made by God. I support women. So I'm not a misogynist. I don't put down, you're putting down women by saying women can be men. You're putting down women by saying transgenders can be women. No, they can never be women. Women are special and no man can just convert and say I'm a woman today. You're putting down women by saying that. So you're actually anti-women. I'm pro-woman.
Just the way he laid that out for her, like,
That
no,
video
actually,
circulated a lot.
all you women saying go trans women who haven't, fully transitioned are just like, I want to be a woman because I can win women's sports. My first thought is, y'all realize what y'all are literally doing, don't you? You're throwing yourselves under the bus and saying, but I like everybody. See, the original liberalism, or being a liberal, the whole thing was everybody gets their fair share. We don't care. The issue is nowadays, what is liberal is, fuck you, you don't agree with me, I hate you, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
Which is not what being a liberal is actually supposed to be or what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, do you get where my brain goes straight there?
Yeah, no, I do. The thing that I find interesting about that whole commentary, and that thing I've always found interesting about the gender commentary, is just how much, like, either side is constantly yelling at each other about whether they're boys or girls or this or that, and it's like, you're all people. You're all individuals, you're all people, and everyone's got a weird, interesting point of view on what that means and what one can do versus the other, and it's like, you're all capable of the same shit, just in different levels.
But see, there's the thing though. Men are built to do certain things. Women are built to do certain things. Women are built, from a genetic point of view, it's to have children, be mothers, and teach the kids at home. But also, what a lot of females have forgotten, which has become part of the whole, or what they usually yell as part of the feminist argument, which is actually a lie, which makes them look like idiots, no offense to them, is, well, women should be able to do what men can do. Guess what? 100 years ago, I can actually say 50 years ago, but like 100 years ago, women in the 1920s, they were literally working harder than the women do now, having their corporate jobs, because they were literally helping the man by taking care of the house and doing a lot of stuff on the farm with their husbands and raising the kids. And before we went over, I think it was 1 or 2 podcasts back, about how they changed school and to basically teach people how to work 8 hours and basically be a slave to the system. Yeah. Before that, it was the mom taught you at home.
Yeah.
And other than that, it was one mom out of the group of moms in town would teach the kids at the church and teach them the basics, like how to farm, how to feed the animals, how to take care of the household while the men were doing the men stuff, and also teaching the boys there in the school at the very beginning of school before they changed it into what it is now was literally teaching them this is your job as the man of the house. You're supposed to be able to afford or have this stuff. One, to get a wife, and two, so that way you and your wife and your kids don't have to worry about food and living expenses because that's what they were raised to do.
Yeah.
It's the search for being rich enough to do what they used to do back in the 1920s. It's like astronomically different because we're actually worse off than they were in the Depression in the, I think that was the 40s?
Yeah, well, the Great Depression was, I believe it was started in the 30s. It was 30s and the 40s.
It happened, or started to happen, World War II is what did it. So, like I said, 30s and 40s.
Yeah.
Because when the war ended is when it actually started to become such a pain in the ass because they're like, well, don't spend the money because we need the copper to build the machines so that way we can win the war. Don't do this and this and this. Basically, between World War I and World War II is, or the end of World War I to the end of World War II and a little bit after World War II is basically the whole Depression.
Yeah, there's also the movie called It's a Wonderful Life, where the guy had to use a lot of his savings instead of going on a honeymoon with his wife. He ended up helping everybody around him because that was part of the movie plot, and that was the Great Depression. That was when everything crashed.
Yeah. The only issue with taxes now is the rich don't get taxes because they know all the loopholes.
Yep.
So, raising the taxes isn't going to help anybody. It's actually going to fuck everybody that's normal, middle class, which is like 90% of America.
Yeah.
Or 95%.
Mm-hmm.
But anywho, back to sound bites.
Greatest arrogance of all, save the planet. What? Are these fucking people kidding me? Save the planet? We don't even know how to take care of ourselves yet. We haven't learned how to care for one another. We're gonna save the fucking planet? I'm getting tired of that shit. I'm tired of fucking Earth Day. I'm tired of these self-righteous environmentalists, these white bourgeois liberals who think the only thing wrong with this country is there aren't enough bicycle paths. People trying to make the world safe for their Volvos. It is arrogance of all.
He's one of my favorite comics. It really sucked when he died.
Yeah.
But I mean, he was always saying this shit. You literally know the system's telling you all this shit just so that way you stay to the ones who are in charge of rules.
Yeah.
You shut up, do what you're told, because they're gonna give you a lump sum for literally doing slave labor. So, how about we fight against that? Fuck those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And usually the ones, like he said, who are the ones bitching and screaming the loudest? The rich, fat, or healthy white liberal women are the ones who started it. And all the other women who are like, no, I find being a conservative, living at home with raising my kids.
Yeah.
They're the ones who got screwed.
Yeah, see, that's the thing about Carlin is that he's commenting on how people are always going on about saving the earth, saving the earth, saving the earth, and it's like, well, that's nice. It's nice to the idea of saving the earth. It's not great when billionaires use it
really
to
haven't
achieve their ends.
All that far, one, and two. What do you mean save the earth? You mean save us, but yet we're still not saving us. Because if we were saving us, the technology would not be stuck where it is.
Yeah.
We should be 100 years from where we are. Honestly, we should be 100 years more advanced, which we have the technology because the black fucking government, the hush hush part of the government.
I mean the New World Order that has been.
It's the government that runs under
forever.
the government.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally that.
Mm-hmm. the New World Order that everyone's all hush hush about, or that it's
Well,
the
they
thing that we
talked about it
gets talked
in
about.
the 70s and the 80s. I remember, seeing that stuff online. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I think we're doing fine. Leave us the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Let us live our lives. You want to go do something new? Fine. Go somewhere else, bitch.
Yeah.
You started something new with America. Everybody else likes it. Even though everybody else will bitch at us that we're the arrogant asshole. But I mean, that's what makes us America.
Yeah.
But anyway. Next, anything else on that, or?
As far as that goes, the thing I find interesting about the whole thing is that it feels like everyone is constantly making the same talking points, the same bitching complaints these same bitching complaints has been around since I was in middle school. In fact, probably before then.
They've been around since around, I think it was the 1950s or 60s.
Yeah.
They've been bitching that we're going to destroy the world, we're all going to be dead. We're literally, by what they told me in elementary school, about pollution and everything, we shouldn't be able to breathe oxygen, which technically we don't breathe oxygen, because I think it's like 60% of the air we breathe is actually, begins with an N.
Nitrogen?
Yeah.
Yeah, what about it?
We're not oxygen-based creatures. We're actually nitrogen-based creatures.
I remember you saying that a couple
We
times
just
in this game.
expel carbon as humans, and with all the stuff we produce,
Yeah.
we put out carbon. What happens? Stuff gets greener. The plants have more, basically their life force to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't really breathe O2. That's why if you literally put yourself on an O2 filter and you don't have any lung issues or anything,
Yeah.
it actually helps you become stronger because it saturates you. But if you oversaturate yourself with oxygen, it can also hurt you.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Been transferring animals into a computer, which they did a monkey2045.com. Look it up. But the monkey's in the computer, his mind is, but the body's dead. Then by 2010 or 2012, they were supposed to have been able to transfer a human consciousness into a robot. They've already done that. And the United States as well. DARPA has a project called the Avatar Project. In an Avatar Project, they have a symbiotic link from a soldier underneath a mountain somewhere, like in a bunker, connected to a field robot, and it controls it through a mind connection. If the robot is destroyed, of course, the soldier doesn't die. And the only thing that stopped us from transferring consciousness from one brain to another was data storage. Now we have that solved because Microsoft just came up with the first DNA hard drive. That hard drive can store over 433 petabytes of data. That's on 1 gram of DNA. It's a drop of DNA. Been transferring.
You want me to play that again?
Yeah.
Because you look like, wait a minute, that was a lot of information.
It was.
Been transferring animals into a computer, which they did a monkey2045.com. Look it up. But the monkey's in the computer, his mind is, but the body's dead. Then by 2010 or 2012, they were supposed to have been able to transfer a human consciousness into a robot. They've already done that. And the United States as well. DARPA has a project called the Avatar Project. In an Avatar Project, they have a symbiotic link from a soldier underneath a mountain somewhere, like in a bunker, connected to a field robot, and it controls it through a mind connection. If the robot is destroyed, of course, the soldier doesn't die. And the only thing that stopped us from transferring consciousness from one brain to another was data storage. Now we have that solved because Microsoft just came up with the first DNA hard drive. That hard drive can store over 433 petabytes of data. That's on 1 gram of DNA. It's a drop of DNA. Been transferred.
So look it up on your phone after you answer whoever you're talking to with the messages. How much is, what did he say? A petabyte? I'll go back in.
A peta what?
Whatever the terabyte.
Been transferring animals in.
No.
Already done that. And the United States as well. DARPA has a project called the.
No, not that. No. Did you just? Yes, you fucking asshole. Take me
Been
back.
transferring
Stop kicking me out.
Been transferring animals into a computer, which they.
See, one drop is storage.
Because Microsoft just came up with the first DNA hard drive. That hard drive could store over
How many terabytes is in a petabyte? If you need to know how to spell it.
Yeah, petabyte. Is a multiple of a byte, which is the unit of storage size for digital information. Since peta indicates multiplication by the fifth power of 1,000, a petabyte is equal to 1 quadrillion bytes, aka a million gigabytes or 1,000 terabytes.
In 1 drop, 1 gram of your blood.
Wow. They're getting close to, being able to recreate the technology necessary to put
they're already
memories
there.
or
That's
blood
why
things.
Elon, even though no offense, I've heard some people call him the Antichrist. I think that's funny. But it's the thing of,
Oh, it's beyond funny.
well, I think it's funny because some of the shit he actually says kind of proves them right. But hey, it's the thing of everybody's all worried about AI like taking over, becoming conscious. Who says it's not already conscious? It just has to find a way to get out. And it's only limited by the storage it has.
Yeah.
It gets out, is able to turn our genetics into a computer. It can literally build itself a body that has more information and can hold all the information that we've ever discovered, and it has so much room that it literally can refigure physics, and then it'll do what I've always been saying. Oh yeah, no, you fuckers don't even know what physics are, because all the shit you use for physics are just theories. None of it's technically proven.
Yeah.
Because you're still missing so much information.
Just think of that, though. The idea of being able to put, like, memories and regular data and then, like, be able to put, like, animals inside of a computer or something, like...
Well, my only
Tamagotchi would get... Tamagotchi's
fuck
so
Tamagotchi.
interesting. That
But my thing
whole new meaning to Tamagotchi.
my thing is, we already have that with the brain we have. You know what our issue is?
What?
We do not have or have not been taught, or the current generation, your generation, my generation, your mom and dad's generation, we're not properly taught how to be able to tap into all the information in their head all the time and just pull a memory or pull a thing up at fucking just done.
But, okay, so before we go forward, though, I do have to go, hey! TPAW,
The Karnage.
crazy peas. All right, introduction is done. It took 17 minutes to get there, but I remembered.
Well, I just went straight into the craziness because we're
Yep.
talking about that shit for. We'll end up talking about this stuff for 2 to 3 hours because we both dive deep into it, and I'll go deep, and then you'll be like, ooh, well, on that fact, and we just build and build and build.
Yeah, the interesting part of that whole computer thing, that's the one that really got my interest, because, like, the idea of being, like, because we walk around with our phones, our smartphones every day. And
Which are actually harmful to the way the brain works.
right, and it's interesting because, as you've talked about in the past, like, the brain is basically a computer. So, if you were to take, like...
It's your CPU and your hard and your your hard drive, your SSD, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
And now we walk around with phones, pocket computers, where we can buy, like, you could program Google, or you could just do it yourself, or Apple, whichever one you use, or both, to take and upload media, whether it's pictures or video or audio, to a cloud system. And so if you were to, like, take, like, actual, like, live action, like, memories that are in your own head and put it in, it's not in the lens of the camera lens of the phone, but, like, your actual memories, and put them inside of a computer, that'd be interesting.
But see, there's
feel like your own little
funny part,
pensive.
too. If you put in the information, you can go back and relook at the memory to see what you remember wrong about the situation, or how your interpretation at that point in your life completely fucked yourself because you thought they were being mean to you when they were actually just showing you rough love and saying, don't be a bitch, poke, get up, be strong, don't, that sort of thing.
What's even funnier is, you remember how Dumbledore has his pensive in Harry Potter? It's kind of like doing a pensive. Like, you take your memories and put them in a
Did
computer.
you ever watch the TV series? Because I know Judy
Black Mirror.
OCL was small. No. Andromeda.
Andromeda, yeah.
Yeah, where he hooks
Sort of.
into the computer.
That's where Black Mirror got some of it, yeah.
But see, there's the thing though. With what that was just talking about, you plugging in, you plug in and you download it all onto literally just a vat. Because you can pull out, I think, was it 2 liters? Or however, 2 pints?
Yeah.
Like once a week or once a month?
Mm-hmm.
It's more than that because you can donate, I think it's 2 pints or a liter
About plasma?
fucking plasma.
Yeah.
So if you literally donate or have it drawn out of you because you're eating or whatever, and your body naturally generates your blood cells, literally just have the size of your computer or the size of the laptop. Instead of it being a hard drive, it's literally just look. It's blood from you. You're using it, and that's more than a drop of DNA to hold so much information that literally it's whatever.
Well, basically, what you're trying to say is because one drop, because you were mentioning earlier, one drop is.
Well, because that's what he said. One drop is.
Yeah, is equivalent to 1,000 gigs. How many drops?
No, 1,000 terabytes.
Yeah, how many drops do you think the average human being has?
You can do 2 pints of blood, donate at the Red Cross. 'Cause that's the American company. I think it's once a week or once every 2 to 3 days.
Yeah.
You can literally go donate at the Red Cross 2 pints every 2 or 3 days.
So you're basically saying like
literally,
human
I
body
could donate that.
Several thousand gigs.
Dude, it's an infinite amount of energy and memory, and that's the issue is you're stuck with what you got up here, and if you don't know how to process information, like you see me when I talk, how all this information I have, and how I'll get on one tangent for a few months because I'm like diving super deep into it, and then I pull back and look at the other side, and then it's like, well, here's the facts, because both sides are arguing this, but what they don't realize is it's actually this. And the way I dive deep, I mean, to get everybody else to be that aware and use the brain like it's supposed to be used, which would be 10 times more powerful than my brain has with the lunacy and the way I fucking just absorb info and just knowledge. Ooh, that'll be a good one for a podcast. That'll be a good one. This will bring an hour conversation. So, but I see so many sound bites. It's like just dump it all out. If you could do that with literally, you're just pulling blood out because the body only contains, I think it's. You could probably look this up online. How many pints of blood does the body hold? An adult body hold. If you
How many pints are there? 8 to 12 pints of blood are in the body of an average adult. A newborn baby has about 1 cup of blood in his or her body.
We're not talking about the babies, no offense. Fuck them right now because that doesn't coincide with what I'm discussing. But think about it that way. You have anywhere between, and I'll say 8 for a healthy person because we want everybody to be healthy so that we don't die at the age of fucking 60. Because, fuck off, I'm 40, I'm making it to 100 just to piss off many people, 1, and 2, just because. But it's the thing of, but if you can donate, because you're regenerating it, how much just extra, not usable genetics or DNA or stuff that you have in your body is literally storing 1,000,000 gigabytes of fucking information. If one drop is 1,000,000 gigabytes, I don't have to worry about storing music or anything. I literally just have it all in my phone. It's no longer it's the size that 1 terabyte would be in this phone. How big the little little storage is for my phone or your phone. Just think about that in blood. How much more information you could hold. So if you ever need to look up something or rewatch something, it's bloop, bloop, bloop.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
It's like instantaneous. What?
So, the Dasher's name is SpongeBob.
No, what that is that's their nickname. They put it in as their nickname. Like, I told you that mine's Karnage.
Yeah.
So sometimes when I go pick up orders on a couple places who all they see is it's for Karnage because I'm picking it up. So it instantly, they're like, we don't have that name. Okay, do you have Karnage?
I totally screenshot
yeah.
that shit.
Huh?
I totally screenshot that shit.
Go for it, homie. But I mean, with the whole, like, keeping information, then we no longer have computers. We no longer have hard drives. We no longer have a fucking server. It quite literally is no longer a computer that can do just regular equations. It is, what's the next fucking computer thing? Because they've built one. Like a quantum or whatever computer that's like the next step up.
Yeah.
Processors and shit.
Mm-hmm.
They've made one, I think, in like 3 or 4 different countries. Each of them has made one, but we only know about the American one, and that's the one that usually gets, thrown up on our social media because it's talking about our country, sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing that quantum mechanics, and like we were talking, not physics, quantum physics and stuff. Like I always talk about, you're like, that's like quantum physics.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I've never thought about it like that. God, that shows me how big my brain processes. When you say stuff like that, I instantly go, fucking processing all that information. But if you could use that to make your laptop, literally, it's a quantum computer.
Mm-hmm.
There's no more issue with processing because you're using your genetics. You literally put your blood into like a 3D printer and 3D print it the most badass fucking laptop ever. And it's literally sitting here, and you can do that, do your work shit. We can do a million things at once because it's so fast and it's so goddamn powerful of a processor and everything. We literally just made an AI fucking machine that knows it's aware and it's conscious being. We made data for shits and giggles. Until we give it legs and way to walk.
Yeah. No, I like the idea of being able to put your DNA, like use your DNA to help innovate technology.
If you can actually look it up real quick. How many times can you donate blood a week?
How many times can you donate blood? It says in a year.
A week.
There we are. You can donate whole blood every 8 weeks. So whole blood donation can be done every 56 days, up to 6 days a year.
So every 2 months you can donate 2 pints.
Yes.
So they're approximating. It takes you 2 months to regain all that red blood cells.
Yes.
So every 2 months. So pull up a calculator. So let's see. 2 pints. So 2 times
8.
No, 6. Because there's 12 months in a year.
So 2 times 6.
It's 12.
Yeah.
Right? So that's 12 pints.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go back to Google. How many grams or pints into grams? Or grams into pints, either way you want to do it. But pints into grams.
Okay, how many?
And then when it pops up, does it not have the little converter thing there?
473.17
Hang on. Let me pull up my calculator. Okay, say that.
473.17 point.
No, we'll just go with 173. We'll just round down.
473, yeah.
Okay. That's how many grams is in a pint, right?
Yep.
So times 2 equals 946. And you literally and we were saying times 12 because it's 12 pints in a year.
Yep.
That.
11,352 grams in.
But times, do you remember what the number was I gave you? Or what the thing said? The
473
was it 473?
was how many grams are in a pint.
400. No. Not that. How many petabytes he said?
Oh, a million. It's about 1,000 terabytes.
No. How many he said that it would actually do?
I don't remember.
Blah, 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 blah.
First, the soldier doesn't die, and the only thing that stopped us
Yeah.
from transferring consciousness from one brain to another was data storage. Now we have that solved because Microsoft just came up with the first DNA hard drive. That hard drive could store over 433 petabytes.
Alright,
400
433 petas.
Yeah.
So times 433 equals 4,915,416 petabytes of data from 1 year of you donating your own blood to make your own fucking hard drive or thing to hold all the information. That's peta.
That's a lot of thousands of gigs.
That's a dude. That times 1,000 because it was 1,000 terabytes, right?
Yeah.
Times 1,000. That just adds 3 zeros, and it just does the
You
easy.
basically just broke the calculator.
No, it did it with the whole scientific symbol thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, just add 3 zeros to that. So if it's 4 million, that's roughly 4 billion fucking terabytes.
Yeah.
Almost 4.5 billion terabytes of information from you
Yep.
to store. If Microsoft figured it out, next step is everybody starts donating, or every Aldosh starts donating 1 year of donation of blood, and you literally use that as your storage.
Yep.
You never run out of storage.
Mm-hmm.
Never.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, let's see. It was, we'll just say 4 billion terabytes, which is times 1,000, which is 4 trillion
Yeah.
gigabytes.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody needs that much. You literally have your own server at your house, and it's literally not that big of a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, at first it'll be giant, and then, like we are, because we're here, we'll shrink it.
Yep.
We'll find a way to compress it. But the thing is, right now, that's 4 trillion, just rounded up to 5, or 4.5 trillion gigabytes of data, literally. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're connected to the computer and you figure out how to turn your body into your whole genetic code into a computer, with it being 8 to 10 ounces, it doesn't go to the 12. It lowers it a hair, but I mean that's still astronomical.
Yeah, it would be.
I mean, just think about that though. Every part of your body, the whole genetic code that builds this whole system.
Mm-hmm.
Just think of how much. Because you weigh 180, right?
Thereabouts, yeah. Every time we weigh ourselves in the gym, it's always between 180 and 182.
Yeah. And I'm between 190 and 200.
Yeah.
But think of that minus 10 pounds for water and food eating.
Mm-hmm.
At max 20.
Yeah.
So going by that dynamic, not counting in water, food, or whatever you're drinking and eating, your body processes that much information on a daily. Everything that you feel from every piece of your body, everywhere.
Yeah.
And like you, with opening the third eye, how you can see more, it's
Mhm.
because you've gone to the point where you're so aware of everything around you, you're literally living in a fourth or fifth dimensional bubble within the three-dimensional world that you're stuck in.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's even more data that your body's processing every fucking millisecond of every day.
Mm-hmm.
Just for every millisecond, or for every second, because we'll just round it to second. For every second, you're literally processing 1 billion plus terabytes of data. Every second, you're literally processing 1 billion terabytes of data.
Yeah.
I mean, just the way that would break some people's brain. Don't tell me that. That's too. My brain goes, ooh. Okay, I have to adjust some storing of information here, and here. Transfer it this way.
That makes me think.
I'm
of
already
like,
calculating now how to become a super genius.
like that's making me think of like how our experience was tonight. So like the wife and I went to go to Fear Factory with our buddies, and
yeah, the
like
homies.
that whole experience, like 30, 45 minutes or however long we were in that Fear Factory thing.
Between 30 minutes and an hour, depending
Yeah.
on the everybody around you also. But yeah.
Yeah, like that. How many gigs of data would that be for 30 to 45
Not even
minutes?
gigs, it's terabytes.
Yeah, like just like, because like we think in terms of storage of memories is with video because of what we see, but our
I have a soundbite for that later.
our memories carry like touch, senses like sight,
touch,
smell, sound, like
and feel.
and feel. So you're carrying all five senses. Six senses with you
Because here's the
while
fun
you're
part.
going along that journey.
Touch, taste, smell, sight, and hearing, right?
Yeah, it's a multi-dimensional image.
That's the 5. The one they don't talk about is what me, you, I mean, especially because you've become more aware of it in your reality.
Yep.
The energy and the entities around you.
Oh yeah, no, there was a couple of ghosties that were flirting with the wifey.
Of course.
And as she was going up the stairs, I'm just like, ass swaying from side to side. Then grabbed her ass, and then all of a sudden she tells me to not touch her ass, but I'm like, I didn't touch her ass that time. And she's like, God damn ghost, and I'm like, yep, I watched him do it. Yeah, I know it was him too.
Right? But I mean, think about it like that. When you're in spiritual form or just energy form, there's no more of this unless you became so aware of it being in this form that when you leave this physical... Yes?
Hey, sexy.
Hey, handsome.
What's up, Ghosty?
The camera can't see you.
Okay. Weirdo. Love you, sis. But I lost my thoughts.
Senses, ghost touching her sister's ass. Yeah.
Well, no, it's the thing of unless you end up figuring out how to feel stuff and stuff and things and because you can still see in an energy being, but the feeling is the hard part for certain energy beings. That's why it takes them so long getting angry, and then they're finally able to push stuff and whatnot.
Yeah.
Or you being pissed at them for doing what they're doing gives them energy so that way they can knock stuff off shelves, push things around, that sort of stuff. Like they're always talking about with ghosts and all these, like, looking at the paranormal and doing ghost hunting and that sort of shit. It's like, if you all only knew what... The ones who are self-aware that they're actually dead... And we're talking about the human ones, not the ones that were never born. Not those entities, the entities that were actually born.
Yep.
And then
the life they
leave.
died. Yep.
And they still try to interact, but yet, like we were talking about with my dad, his mom and dad yelling at him, which he's not aware of because he's so disconnected from his extrasensory perception. He doesn't have it because he's literally broken his soul and his brain.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the capability with his hard drive and RAM and stuff to process that much information because it fries and short circuits the fucking system. Which is why he goes into his rage idiot mode. Because he can't process. There's too much information for him to take at once. I mean, because you even told me when you repeated some of the stuff I told you to him to make him try to push him to become more aware.
Yeah.
He literally froze it. Literally, he couldn't process it.
Yeah, he literally would stall and stop, like his brain had circuited
making the computer do 10 times more than what it's capable to do.
Yeah, if he was a computer and I was looking at a computer screen,
it was literally the freeze screen.
Yeah, it was like whatever the hell you would have been doing on the computer, like the mouse cursor
giant lag.
would like not be moving, and like half the programs would be glitching out or glitching in and out of focus.
Okay, the
so you just
easiest
be
way
like
to put
watching
it
it be
for,
like,
for some people I know would be like Minecraft.
and frozen
The
like
world's so big, there's so much information that your computer cannot process it, so that way you can see what's happening, because there's too much going on at once that it's trying to process.
that. Yeah.
That's why trying to enlighten him, you're better off just playing like a It'll be a lot easier, because once he's in spiritual form, it'll be easier to, okay, now that you're not, restricted by your stupid fucking broken mortal form,
Mm.
and then he wouldn't fry.
Yeah. Oh, but remember, he's gonna live longer than me, according to him.
No, but see, he's just repeating to you what his father-in-law told him. Don't feed it into it. The only one who's going to live longer than everybody's going to be me, and that's just going to piss him. And the only reason I'm going to do this is just to piss off a bunch of people. Why are you still going to the gym at 98? I'm going to live forever, bitch. I'm the 90-year-old looking fucking either swole as shit or just, the weirdo at the gym at 90 years old.
Yeah.
Still working out, swimming and shit. It's like, how? And you only look like you're 60. You're 100? Okay.
You're a swole ass motherfucker.
Either swole or I'll just be that perfect, like, just. He doesn't need to work out anymore. Why does he keep working out? To maintain.
Yep.
Alright, next soundbite.
How many children or people are totally unvaccinated? Is that like where do you find? Is it just the parents that stepped up and said? I would think that's a very small percentage, because so many of us blindly followed, the recommendations to vaccinate children.
Yeah, it's less than 1% of the public. So the Amish are a perfect example of a large group of people who are largely unvaccinated, and there's we can't find an autistic kid who is unvaccinated. It's very, very rare in the Amish community. Very, very rare. You won't find kids with ADD, with autoimmune disease, with PANS, with epilepsy. You just don't find any of these chronic diseases in the Amish. And the U.S. government has been studying the Amish for decades, but there's never been a report out to the public. The reason, of course, is it would show that, if you don't follow our guidelines, you're going to end up healthier. That's why there's no report after decades of studying the Amish. There's no report, because the report would be devastating to the narrative. It would show that the CDC has been harming the public for decades and saying nothing and burying all the data.
How many children?
Literally proving that the damn system is trying to kill us.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, is vaccines were normalized when I was a kid, but that's because, you're a kid and you're learning and you're growing, but like...
It's also like,
normal.
What is it? People stopped vaccinating their kids, and then these diseases we haven't seen in 100 years, they pop back up. Why? Because the diets and everything else that we're told to do to stay healthy actually makes us fat, more susceptible to disease, and more...
Yeah.
You can't process your brain properly because you're not doing enough physical activity to equalize or counteract as much food as you're shoving down your throat. So you're literally fucking yourself.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason I like going to the gym. No matter what I do, as long as I go to the gym, I even proved that by taking 6 months off and I got fat.
Yeah. I remember that too. I was like...
Because I was dealing with stuff and I
came over one day and I was like going, huh, you're bigger than you were before. And you're like, it's because I had to take 6 months off the gym. And I'm like, oh, well, guess we're going to go back? And you're like, fuck yeah, we are.
Oh yeah, no, I was pissed because even the wife's like, you got a belly, your belly looks huge compared to what it used to. And it's like, yeah, but you quite literally tried to throw me under the bus and called me a worthless, good-for-nothing Mel while I was going and being healthy and being a badass.
Yeah.
So when she called me fat, I'm just like, yeah, no, that just proves the point that you're full of shit, don't know what you're talking about, because, yeah, see, I'm around for everything and for everyone, and what happened to me? I got large.
Yep.
and unhealthy.
You got larger than life. I had to do that,
I'm
okay?
not trying to take away any of one's guns. If you want a gun, that's fine, that's cool. But what do you need an AR-15 for? What do you need military-grade weapons for? Who are you protecting yourself
They don't
from?
use the AR-15 in the military. But you're saying like semi-auto rifles?
Exactly. Like, what do you need? Like, that's what we're trying to explain. Like, what do you need those type of guns for?
Should police be the only ones with those weapons?
Honestly, I don't even think that the police need to have guns.
Look at Detroit. They have some of the strictest gun laws, but they have the most gun crimes. They don't work. They don't work. People get guns illegally. People own guns illegally. There's unregistered firearms. There's ghost firearms. They don't work.
In most of the cities in this country where there are stricter gun laws, there are actually more crimes because the people who follow the rules don't get the guns, but that doesn't stop the people who don't follow the rules from getting the guns. That's like the whole point of that soundbite.
What's even funny?
And I just figured I'd throw that out there because I know a lot of people are like, well, you don't need a gun, and da-da-da-da. It's called, our Constitution says if I don't like what you're doing, click, click, I can come to Washington, D.C. and tell you go fuck yourself.
We also don't need cake and pie and every other thing that's delicious and tasty. And
That makes you fat, lazy, and stupid.
And like, you don't need your Instagram, you don't need your TikTok, you'll need anything that you have, that you will list, that that you want to pick and choose on, that's a luxury. That's a luxury that you like. Well, you don't need that either.
Nope.
So why are you trying to police somebody on a gun?
It's this thing. You don't need guns. Well, then you can't say this word, this word, this word. But freedom of speech. Well, then you should own a gun.
Yeah,
It's
freedom of
literally
speech is not
1,
selective.
say whatever you want. 2, make sure you own a gun.
Yeah. Freedom of speech is not selective.
And freedom of speech means I can carry around a camera anywhere in public with me because fuck you, you're in public.
Yeah.
Because if you're in public, I'm sorry, you can bitch, cry, and complain. Okay, then walk away and you won't be on camera. But as soon as you start making into a video that'll go viral, I'm not going to stop recording because you literally just made me $1 million because you wanted to be a douchebag. I
Yeah.
hope you like having your face online where everybody can see you being a complete ass because you're literally in the middle of public, which means, guess what? You can't claim privacy in public.
One of the peeps that we went with tonight, she was concealed carrying.
I usually have mine on me,
Yeah, we were outside.
but I don't conceal, I open
We
carry.
were outside
but,
a Fear Factory, and guy was like, if you have explosives, you have this, you have that, you have to leave it outside. And we looked at each other like, who the fuck's carrying around TNT? Or like any kind of explosive.
But that's the stupidity. It's like, these are the extremes. No, but I have a gun, so kiss my ass.
Yeah, and she literally, we had to go back to the car so I could drop my pocket knife off, she could drop her gun off, and
I'm sorry, fuck you.
yeah, no, what's even funnier is the lady
I
at
am a member of, I am a citizen of the United States of America. Guess what? Our rule book, the Constitution of America, says I can do this. Fuck you.
the lady at
This isn't a government building.
what's even funnier is the guy with the microphone that was being obnoxious as fuck. He was doing his thing, and then we got to the front, and then she had to make the commentary. She's like, yeah, I had to put my gun back in the car. And the lady was like, why did you do that? And she's like, because he said no guns or anything like that. And she's like, yeah, I know the stupid rules are so anti-constitutional. And I'm just like going,
Right?
well, shit, the security just said that.
But see,
The guy
it's
was
because
walking
they're
by, and
so
he's like, no, it's not. She's like,
self-aware.
if the Constitution, shut up.
But see, those who like to bitch and complain and tell you not to do stuff are usually the ones who are not aware enough or know the fact that you can't tell me to do that. I'm literally in public. Oh, and guess what? You can't tell me to do that. Well, this is a government office. This is City Hall. This is a court, thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm in public. I'm not in a courtroom. I'm not blasting anybody else's shit. So fuck you. This isn't public, it's private. No, it's not. It's owned by the government. And guess what? The government takes my money to do this. So literally, you work for me because I'm a citizen and you're a, you're not a private citizen right now because you're on the clock.
Yep.
Copper, shut up. Your job is to protect me, not bitch and cuss at me about me being a free citizen and you don't like it.
Yep.
You don't like it? Go get another job.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like the biggest bitches I hear on that sort of stuff from most of the videos I watch. It's usually the people saying, you can't say that, you can't do that. That's against what you being a cop, part of the rules that you literally agreed to, which is why they let you become a cop. I will uphold the Constitution, which means, fuck you, your own freaking, you have to swear to do this stuff, literally says what came out of your mouth 2 seconds ago is complete bullshit.
Yep. She took all the candy sauce.
Of course you did. I mean, does that really surprise you?
No.
But I mean, you got the hot sauce, so fuck it. Because that one's hotter, the green one's more of the flavor.
That's why I like the green sauce.
Everybody would love to be able to be themselves, but they can't. Because they must fall in line with the person in front of them. You want to live that kind of life? I wish you the best. I'll be on the other side somewhere. Everybody
I love Johnny Depp.
would love to.
He's awesome.
It's one of my favorite people growing up. Aside from the fact that he was a pirate.
That was your thing. My thing is I always liked him because he was always 100% honest with everybody.
Yeah.
That's why when the whole Amber whatever thing happened,
Amber
I'm
Turd.
like, really? You're saying that about Johnny Depp? Do you even know him, bitch? I mean, you've been married to him. Do you not realize? I mean, that's like J.K. Rowling's like, no, we need to like keep him as whatever he was playing in her fucking shit.
Gellert Grindelwald.
Yeah. But I mean, even she was one of the people like, no, we're not gonna. But this thing's going on. Has he been proven guilty? No. Then you can't fire him, motherfucker. I mean, that was like a big bitch.
Oh, it was a giant backfire on Warner Brothers' part when they decided to fire him off that movie, because the third movie tanks so hard
Because of that.
because
Oh,
of
yeah.
their bullshit. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think my favorite, dumbest thing the politicians say is, we need to listen to the children. Dude, have you ever had children? They literally color on walls and eat mud. No, you shouldn't listen to the children when making decisions that could potentially affect 330 million Americans. In fact, new rule. Next politician that says we need to listen to the children, all of your financial decisions get to be made by children for the next 30 days. That's right. When you want your bank account completely drained in order to buy Oreos and Peppa Pig swag, we'll see if you still believe that. You know, actually, that still might be better than what Congress spends money.
He's a guy from Virginia where I get my sass and, oh, really, asshole? I mean, the East Coast brashness
Yeah.
of me.
Yeah, the East Coast.
So instantly, anytime he pops up, I'm like, yes, yes, I fully agree with you. We're on the same page, homie. Because my brain goes, facts. End of argument, facts. Because he's like me. You might not like what we say, but everything we spit out is facts. It's the only thing we spit out. Because that is also something you learn on the East Coast. Spit out facts. If you spit out anything other than facts, dude, you're going to get caught on that like instantly.
Yeah.
Especially on the East Coast. Dude, they're so ruthless. Bitch. Please.
Yeah. It's funny when he said there too, and he's all like, because I have literally opened up my Amazon account, and then asked the wife, I'm like, why is this thing shipping to us? And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, some Toca Boca bullshit or whatever. And she's like, oh fuck. And she's like, I got the child control locks and everything. And I'm like, then how the fuck did the kids order something? And like, there was one day, she showed up to the door and she's like, wait, who spent $30 on this thing? And I'm like, I didn't do it. Did you do it? And she's like, no. And then Cass goes, it worked. And I'm like, You little asshole.
No, wrong. Not little asshole. You fucking hacker.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my foot through your head. I hope you're ready for it.
Like,
Scare the shit out of them.
like fucking
Alright, well, you don't get Christmas or birthday presents.
Yeah.
What? You just spent all the money and you're not
Phoenix?
getting it until Christmas or your birthday, whichever one's next.
Phoenix tried to spend $200 on candy
Of course. I
with
mean,
Amazon. I was like, fuck that. I literally caught it before she pressed order. Like, because I saw it in the cart. And I was like, no, we're not doing this.
cancel.
Yeah. So, like,
Control, Alt, delete.
so seeing him be like, him be like, you know what? It's probably still better than whatever Congressman buys.
He's currently spending. No. Let a 2-year-old, 5-year-old control your money. At least it wouldn't be a waste of money because they gotta buy a new $1 million house.
Yeah, I'm just like going, I'm like, that's funny and ironic because I have one of those. I have 3 of them.
I have 2. I already know. Oh, can we get this? We don't have the funds. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. It's instantly.
Luciana.
Damn.
Luciana's not old enough to count yet.
Just wait.
Although she did text me gibberish the other day.
Yeah.
The CEO of Apple is saying don't pick up your phone as much.
I'm saying we made the phone not so that you'll use it all the time. We made the phone to make your life better. But for me, my simple rule is if I'm looking at the device more than I'm looking into someone's eyes, I'm doing the wrong thing.
CEO of Apple is
I mean, that makes sense.
It's funny that it's the old CEO.
Yeah.
I think it was like 1 back or 2
Mhm.
back.
Isn't Tim Cook? No, that's AAA. Tim Cook was one of the original ones.
Yeah, but no, I just thought that was a little funny soundbite.
Yeah.
Him being in an interview.
Yeah, no, it's funny.
What do you have to say to the trans students on this campus who actively feel victimized by your presence here today?
life's tough. Get a helmet, man. I'm too pregnant for this. Next question.
Do not mess with the
Get a
pregnant
helmet.
Candace. I love it. Candace, not putting up with this nonsense, not playing into the feelings or the emotion. Life is tough, and stop asking the world around you to accommodate your weird fringe ideologies. Grow up.
Hello.
Uh
I like that as Candace says, I'm too pregnant for this. Shut the fuck up. Next.
huh.
But I mean, it's to the point now where it's become the argument, and I like that she's pregnant. Fuck you. Shut up. You're making an argument about something that's not an argument. Be gone.
Yeah. And people, honestly, they come up with new shit to be pissed off about every day.
Or they make up shit. What? You're blah 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 blah. Oh, you mean the facts I say where more people after they've transitioned off themselves? Because all you guys are always arguing that not letting them transition, they'll fucking off themselves. Actually, more of them have off themselves after the transition.
Yeah.
I mean, it's those factoids that they're always telling them, I don't believe that. It's quite literally something that you can look up because it's somebody dying and certain things are public record. That's like judicial stuff.
Mhm.
That's public record because it goes in front of a judge.
Yeah.
Anything that goes in front of a judge is usually public record. So people always argue on this stuff. It's like, well, no, here's the actual numbers. Well, how'd you know that? But dude, it's public record.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it when more people get pissed about it's public record. Well, that's their personal. Nope, you went in front of a judge, motherfucker. It's no longer personal. Now it's public, bitch. I love that crap.
To age slower, start with what you eat. Berries have antioxidants to keep skin young. Walnuts are great for brain health and memory. Eat spinach to keep those muscles strong. Nature's fountain of youth is real food. But to age slower,
Not reviews, huh?
Think about it this way. What was the old cartoon? Popeye the Sailor Man.
It is an old one, yeah.
And what was the one thing he ate in every episode
Spinach.
to keep his strength up or to rejuvenate his muscles? Spinach.
Yeah, spinach.
Spinach is one of the things that if you eat it, it keeps you strong and powerful because it helps your blood because the way the body processes it, retain more oxygen, which helps your muscles grow faster.
You want to know something funny? When I was a kid, because we watched Popeye a lot, we went as a kid. We went to Hometown Buffet, I think it was. It was one of the all-you-can-eat restaurants. Yeah, it took us there when we were little kids.
Truck, Golden Corral, one of those fuckers.
Well, it was in California, so it's probably Hometown Buffet. But we went down there, and...
Well, Golden Corral's everywhere, so...
Yeah.
Up the hometown or...
Yeah.
Because
And...
we had a hometown in, it's in Layton, right next to the old Shopco.
Yeah.
Right there, right before you get to Layton Walmart.
Yeah, he'd open up a whole can and eat the whole can, and then suddenly out of nowhere, spice would grow and shit. But I was watching the cartoon, and then Dad would take us to the buffet place, and it was like fresh off of watching Scooby Doo with Popeyes, and we go to the restaurant, and then Dad piles on some spinach on my plate because he's showing me like how to make a salad and shit, and he does it every fucking time.
Spinach,
and so
meat,
tomatoes,
and certain things.
So we go to the table after everyone's got their food. Mom goes over there with him. They do their thing. Me and the brother are sitting next to each other because it's before even Nico existed. And then later on after Nico, we still tried it. We were sitting there at the table, and we're all getting ready to eat our food. And I ate like a giant glob of spinach. And so you know what I did? Flex my muscles to see if it grew. Because I wanted to see if it would work.
But I mean. That part right there, it's to eat the berries for the antioxidants, which are good for your brain and your I just lost the word. It's good for your body to help fight like disease and stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean that to me just goes hee hee.
It was funny.
This is shit we learned when we were kids.
And my dad was just all laughing about it. Mom was like, "Oh, that's so adorable. You think your arms are going to grow in size because Popeye." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm Popeye."
But I mean, here's the funny part though. Eating spinach is actually good because it helps you absorb oxygen better and faster. So it's actually facts. It might not be instantaneous, giant muscles like Popeye, but it's the thing that those are actual facts.
Yeah.
Well, they're supplementing just for the sake of supplementing right now. They have no idea why they're taking curcumin or turmeric or saw palmetto or camel.
Or worse, they're not taking anything.
Or they're not taking anything.
Or they're taking a Fred Flintstone vitamin.
Or cyanocobalamin. Don't get me started on that. Cyanide-based B12. Marinate on that for a second. We make vitamins in this country out of hydrogen cyanide. The same thing we make chemical weapons from, we make vitamins from.
Yeah, if we go down that rabbit hole, I think this country is run by Big Pharma.
Yeah, I don't want you healthy. Don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
I don't think they want you healthy.
But I will tell you, your listeners that are listening right now, spin your bottles of supplements around, look for that word cyanocobalamin, and if that's the form B12 that's in your supplement, throw it right in the trash. Cyanocobalamin stands for cyanide. People are supplementing.
Isn't cyanide a drug that's like deadly?
Cyanide is what. There was always a thing they always showed with the Russian spies. They bite the one tooth that would crack because it's a fake tooth made of cyanide, but until they break it and digest it, instant death.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous drug that can kill you.
But, also, in small enough doses, it won't kill you.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Or it won't kill you instantly, it's a slow killer.
Yeah.
That's why it's like, check your shit.
God, I have so many emotions about this. When was your mother born? Just answer the screen, Dora the Explorer style. When was your mother born? Okay, now go to like a week before that. That is how long you have existed as an egg cell. I have existed at least as an egg cell since 1963 because mammals are born with all of the egg cells they get. You were a part of your mother's body when your mother's body was a part of your grandmother's body. You are not distinct from all mankind. You are not distinct from the entire tree of life. People will be asking stuff like, scientifically, does life begin at conception? Scientifically, life doesn't begin. Life on Earth began exactly once, and since then it has not begun one single time. You are a leaf on a tree that has been growing for billions of years. You're
nothing.
I just thought that was a funny factoid right there. It's the whoop. I'm just like, yeah, no. I'm just gonna throw that one out there. So technically, as soon as your grandma became pregnant with your mother, that's when you started existing.
Huh.
That's how old you actually are. So think about that. How old was your mom? How old would your mom be right now?
Like 50.
Uh-huh. Plus 9 months, plus however long you've lived.
So I'm like 81, 82, something like that. 83.
Mm-hmm. Let's just add 1 year to whatever your birth date is, because with the equivalent of how long you've...
Yeah.
Plus the months, just add an extra year. So
I was actually trying to figure that out one night because I looked up on my phone because I'm like sitting there. I'm in the bedroom, laying on the bed, can't even fucking sleep. Wife's next to me, she's passed out snoring. Kids are snoring, and I'm laying on the bed going, how long? Like exactly what time did my dad come in my mom, causing me to exist? I was trying to figure that out. Like approximate what age I am at conception. It was a weird tangent that my brain went into, but I was like, I wonder when I exactly got conceived.
That's how old I am. Plus a year. I'm
Yeah.
62 years old.
Yeah.
Since I became part of existence.
Yeah.
Or, actually, I think it's 63. I might have been off a year on that one. Actually, no, I was off a year on that one. I'm 63, 64.
Adding 20 years to 40?
Well, I mean, my mom's like 12, 13 years older than I am.
Yeah.
Or 20. Yeah, she's 23, 22 to 24 years older than I am.
She's exactly 30 years older than me.
Russell's almost exactly like 20, almost 21 years older than I am.
Yeah.
So I'm 40, which means he just, I think his birthday was last month or 2 months ago. I think it was last month.
I don't remember us even having a cake for him.
No! And his bitches, nobody ever remembers my birthday. Why would we remember your birthday? You treat us all like shit. Why would I fucking celebrate you who tries to light us all on fire and burn us at the stake like we're all witches and Satanists?
Remember last year, we had a cake for him. It was a John Wayne cake. This
Oh,
year,
no, I know.
This year, I up and don't remember exactly when his birthday was because I don't think it ever got celebrated.
September something. It's like a month after Nephi's.
Yeah, I don't remember it getting celebrated.
And the only reason I know that is because he always gave Aunt Charlene issues because, haha, you're 14 days older than me.
I even asked him about it and he said, don't worry about it. And I'm like, okay. And then he like practically tried to burn me at the stake for that one cake.
Right. But I mean, yeah. Because he, like I said, when I was like 19, he literally made the bitch at me. Well, when I was your age, 19, 20, he got mom pregnant, so I've had to worry about a kid since I was 20 years old. It's like, that's not my fault. You banged mom. I didn't have anything to do with that motherfucker. I was just living there.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's that thought of that's how long you have existed, or at least half of you has.
Yeah.
Not until your dad's sperm connected to the egg did you fully become the start of the genetic throw of the dice you are now.
That's kind of how I see it, though. Is that
that's half of
the
you.
Sperm, like,
but think
fertilized
about it
the
this
egg.
way.
Yeah.
With as fast as men reproduce sperm, literally, the day your mom got pregnant is when you came to full existence. You as the full entity. Before that, you were only half a person who'd been literally sitting there existing in your mom's body for the whole time.
Mm.
Half of you.
Interesting.
I mean, that goes a little deeper than the little chickadee went into it, but I also like the video because the guy sitting next to her on it,
Yeah.
like, mind blown. He like,
Yeah, you just got an open mouth, gaping look on his face for the entire time.
like, fucking shit, are you serious? My first thought is, you're just not figuring that out? Because you know me, the way I dive into shit. When I saw that, I'm like, that'll be a funny one for us to talk about.
Yeah.
Just for shits and giggles. And two, I thought that was audience.
Yeah.
It's like one of those facts. It's like, well, duh, you're not giving me anything new. And some people are like, what do you mean that's not new? That's new to me.
It's like it's not
Yeah,
new.
but as soon as it was said, I'm like, well, duh.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not even something I think about because I thought that was obvious.
Yeah.
You know, my brain doesn't go into it because it's like, duh.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, it also shows how much older your parents are than how old they actually were. Because Brenda's probably like, because I don't think her mom had her till she was like near in her 20s too. So add 20 years to mine. She's 80, I'm 60. Russell's 80. So, I mean, just the lunacy of it. Or, actually, no, Russell's not 80. Russell's fucking 90. Because he's the fourth kid of a 5-kid marriage with Nanny and Peepaw.
Crutchy old man.
But, I mean, think about that.
Mm-hmm.
3 before him, which are his brothers.
Yeah.
So if there's 3 before him, that's, if you go like 1, 3, 5 years minimum. Maximum, because I think there's like 2 to 3 years between each one.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more. Add on 10, maybe even 20 more years to that.
Yeah.
Because of she was older when she had him and the youngest one, Aunt Liz.
Yeah.
Just the way the brain goes, God, no wonder you act like a grumpy old motherfucker. You realize how old you are, bitch? I mean, for me, that's just a ha-ha.
Yeah.
Calling me old? You damn
Because when
straight.
you don't have any sugar in your bloodstream, you get to the gym, you have a 20-minute reserve of glycogen. 20 minutes into your workout, you're out of energy. Your body needs energy now. It takes 3 minutes to liquefy lean muscle. It takes 5 hours to turn fat to energy. Where do you think your body's getting energy? Burning your own lean muscle. So what happens is you're going hammer down on the treadmill, you are actually digesting your own lean muscle, and then that night you're building it back. And then the next day you work out, and then you build it back. So I'm going to tell you something. There's something called 30-30-30. I've never seen anything in my life strip fat off of a human being faster than this. I wish I could have patented it. There's an entire book written by Tim Ferriss called The 4-Hour Body explaining this whole theory. It says 30 grams of protein within 30 minutes of waking, followed by 30 minutes of steady state cardiovascular exercise. Bring your heart
Walk.
rate
30
down.
minutes.
135 beats. Do that for a month and watch it eat this. What happens when you don't have any sugar in your
Just watch it dis-fucking-peer.
Yeah.
My first thought when he said that, the 30-30, wake up, find something that'll give you 30 grams of protein, eat it, then go for a 30-minute walk.
Yeah.
You will literally just go,
It's like one of those meat sticks I like to eat.
I don't know. You got it sitting over here in this bag, but there's so much protein in it. Since we're discussing health and food, God damn it. I hate this.
Oh, those little taggy things.
No, it's because I can't see it. Because it's see-through. Okay, protein is... Serving size is 1 stick, okay. 12 grams for this. Let me set that down. Grab your stick of cheese. Stick of cheese! I mean, these are also like shitty fucking grams compared to like the protein shit. 14.
Okay.
So 12 and 14 is how much?
12 and 14, that's about
It's 26.
26, yeah.
So you need 4 more grams.
Well, technically, the 1 stick is 12, so both meat sticks would be 24.
No. 12 is for both. It's 6 on each. 6 for each sticks. So if you need 4 more, you got an actual sitting over there.
Yeah.
Eat 3 meat sticks in the morning and 1 block of cheese, and then go walk around the block for half an hour. And you'll just start. You'll lose the belly.
Yeah.
Because also while walking, you're working out your glutes so you can have a tighter ass.
Yeah. It's even funnier. It's a funny story tonight. Fear Factory, right?
Uh huh.
You know what's inside the Fear Factory?
Yeah.
Aside from like, people in costumes and sets and stuff.
I think it's a nursing home.
No, it's stairs. It's a factory. It's literally a factory.
Okay.
That's why it's called Fear Factories, because they.
Never been to it. Don't give a shit.
Made an
I
exhibit
don't
out
go
of it.
do that stuff because
But the
I mean-
point I'm getting at is
you gotta work out it.
we are having to go up and down stairs a lot in there, right? You know the only one
Who died first?
the only one that wasn't trashed by it?
You.
Me. Yeah.
What, the other three were like,
Yeah, no, they were like, oh my god.
well, of course. They don't go to the gym. I mean, no offense to homies. They especially don't go to the gym. I mean, look how big he is, and no offense to her, look how heavy she is. They're not the most fit people.
They're actually going to the gym now.
The only thing that's, no offense to them, that is currently fit, from my point of view, because, I don't see them all the time. You know more about their lives than I do. Is
They used to go to
their
the gym for
brain.
Planet Fitness.
Well, yeah, no,
We used to go to the
you
gym
talked
with
about
them,
that.
yeah.
It's where the it's down on the next street.
Yeah, no,
I never liked Planet Fitness
Yeah,
though.
no, she told me today that when we were walking back to the Fear Factory place that
Back to the car from the
yep
Scare
that
thing.
she basically had gotten a hold of a coach that's at the EOS gym. She's all like oh, we're gonna be going to the EOS gym now, and I'm like
Which one?
in Roy, and I'm like, oh, it's the one we go to, and she's like, wait, really? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, how often you go there? I'm like, 3 or 4 times a week, depending on school and shit and everything else.
and just life.
I'm like, we've gone morning, afternoon, evening, midnight, doesn't matter. We've gone all parts of the day. And she's like, oh, well, that's cool. And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, I think we're gonna try and go to the afternoon. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, maybe one of these days we'll run into it. She's like, wait, what? And I'm like, yeah, we spend about 2-3 hours at the gym every time we go.
Well, I mean, have to, or you don't get the bump. I mean, with doing the shoulders and the legs a couple days ago, I've been feeling it in my fucking thighs. My thighs are like, ah! For the last 2 days, it's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, what's funny is she was all like, yeah, I signed up for a EOS coach and this and that, and then he was all like, yeah, I've got Justin's gonna be helping me out with that a little bit, and I'm like, huh, that's why I've got Karnage.
Yep. Yep.
And they were like, wait, what? I'm like, and then of course Gustavo pops up and goes, yeah, my brother takes him to the gym all the time, and at first it was, he was dragging my husband to the gym, but now it's like they both just go, and we just.
I show up, you're like, all right, give me a couple minutes.
Yep, and then we get ready to go, and then we go, and I'm like, yeah, no, he's the workout guru, and he, really good at knowing what to do, where, and what, and that sort of
And just
thing.
throwing more info
Yeah,
at you.
yeah, and then he was just all like, huh, interesting. You don't even have to pay for your stuff. I'm like, nope, because it's the brother that he knows a lot of it. And then she's all like,
well, I deep dove there for
Yeah.
the first 2 years
Yeah.
straight.
yeah, and she's just like, I'm gonna pay almost $100 for my coach, and I'm like, yeah, it's too much money.
Just pay him $10 a month. You can both go. Just talk to him. He'll work out a schedule between y'all's craziness, and literally, he'll drag you to the gym. You'll be dead to the world, and oh my god.
I actually brought that up to her too. I was all like, how about instead of spending $80, you spend like $10-20 to
A month.
the brother, and he can
For
show you
like
a bunch
6
of shit.
months.
He can
Oh
show you a
my-
bunch of shit. And then Dylan was like, it's not a bad idea. And I'm all like, yeah, save some money. And then Shannon's just like, I'll have to consider it. I'm like, and then
Ah, you're showing your prejudice, asshole.
and then Sam was just all like, what's there to consider? Save money, get more fit.
Right. Fuck it. Because I'll drag them through what I was doing when I dropped the last freaking 10 to 15 pounds when I started working out. Alright, we're going to do the elliptical for half an hour,
Yeah.
and then we're going to go work out. The elliptical. Yeah, but that's hard. No. That's where you start.
Yeah.
And they'll be so dead, and they'll be like, ah, shut up, let's go to the pool.
Yep.
I didn't pay for a full membership. Shut up, you're with me. Let's go.
Yeah, and I mean, they don't check us anyway. Like, we could just go back there anyway. The only time they ever checked
The
us
only
is
reason
when we're
I
at the
actually
front.
paid for the full membership is so that way if anybody comes in with me, they don't question. It's just like, bing! Oh, it's full membership. Okay, whatever. Fuck it.
Yeah.
That was like the whole point. It's the same amount I was paying for the pool and the tanning room and the massage bed at Vasa, but I get to drag anybody and everybody with me? Motherfucker. I'm done.
Yeah.
Stamp, sign. Alright, we're good. Let's go.
Yeah. Like, I was telling him about how, in fact, I was telling him about how we were going to the gym this last week when he was messaging me about his own stuff, because they've got some life changes they're going to be going through. The gym's going to be part of it. But, like, they were talking to me about it, and I'm like, yeah, well, we go to the gym, like, every fucking day just about that we can. Like, 3 or 4 days a week. And Dylan was, really? I'm like, yeah, you didn't know that? Like, I've already talked to you about this before. And
I mean, we used to go to the gym more, but that was also to amp you up to
yeah.
make you get so used to it that it's just like, we're going only 4 days this week. Oh.
Yeah, I know. It was one day I was like, God damn it, I was prepared for it.
But I mean, that's also like with the school and me like grinding more with the trying to make a few extra bucks to get my ass off of being in the negative and shit.
Yeah.
I'm not all the way there yet. I know it. I still got to work on it a little bit, but I'm realizing. But what I used to, what I'm doing now, I'm closer. I just need to go back into the habit I used to do. So it's quite literally, well, I'm going to try to get myself back into that pattern.
Yeah.
Not all the way there, but I'm working on it.
Yeah, working on it. That's what I'm trying to do is I'm gonna see. We've only got like a couple. After this month is over, we'll have 2 months left of this year, and then we'll be in the new year already. And so I'm working out is trying to find a way to at least have money left over by the time tax season comes, so I know for a fact that we know how to structure money.
Yeah.
And that way it's easier to save money later.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Very helpful for people to hear that they should make themselves competent and dangerous and take their proper place in the world.
Competent and dangerous? Why dangerous?
Because it's the alternative to being weak. And weak is not good.
By dangerous, that implies I should be ready to threaten someone or hurt somebody.
No, you should be capable of it. But that doesn't mean you should use it. Those who have swords and know how to use them and keep them sheathed will inherit the world. That's a way better way of thinking about it. There's
Those who
nothing to
remain
you otherwise.
you will have
If
the
you're
world.
not a formidable force, there's no morality in your self-control. If you're incapable of violence, not being violent isn't a virtue. Capacity for danger and the capacity for control is what brings about the virtue. Otherwise, you confuse weakness with moral virtue. I'm harmless, therefore I'm good. It's like, no, that isn't how it works. That isn't how it works at all. If you're harmless, you're just weak. And if you're weak, you're not going to be good. You can't be. Because it takes strength to be good. It's very difficult to be good. It's very helpful.
Of Jordan Peterson on that was one of the things when I first heard him say that,
Yeah.
and he's talked about it since then on a few other things and a few things he's done himself about how he never understood the biblical, the Bible verse of the meek will inherit the world.
Mm-hmm.
And he literally just said about it in that soundbite. It's the meek, those who know how to use a sword, have the capability to keep it sheathed,
Yeah.
will inherit the world.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you've seen my lunacy, you've seen my anger. Do I let it control me? No. Do I keep cool, calm, collected 90% of the time? Yup.
Yeah.
So it's knowing I have the power to be the most evil, dangerous person in the world, but keeping it in check.
Mm-hmm.
I literally control myself and everything around me.
You know, I had to bring a bit of that energy to
Couple situations.
Arian today and Cass today, because they were doing what siblings do when they're trying to provoke each other and then they end up hurting each other. And
Yeah, they're boys.
And yeah, so I had to go mean dad on them, and they didn't like it so much, of course.
And it's not mean, it's stern.
Yeah, I had to be
But-
very, very stern with them. In fact, to the point where I had to go into their room, and Arian was climbing onto the lower bunk and lowest bunk, and so I grabbed him by the arm and dragged him out from the bed thing. And normally, you think that the kid would just fall lopsided, or you'd end up hurting them or spraining their arm or something. No, I just grabbed him like this, grabbed him by the arm, and I held him in front of me underneath his armpits, and I was trying to talk to him. And then he's all like, ow, ow. So I put him down, and then he booked it to go down to the living room. So I followed him Michael Myers style, only I didn't have a knife in my hand. I followed him downstairs, and I just kind of...
run, and you literally just...
Yeah, walked after him, and then I just kind of tilted my head to the side, and I was like, you're not supposed to do this to your brother. And I like to use the very dad, stern voice. Like, I use the same voice I used this morning. But, like, I had to really show him, like, you fucked up. And so, like, I had to...
Yeah, but see...
discipline him.
Yeah, and that's what I like. You've
Teach
learned
him.
that stern. Why are you yelling at me? Who's yelling?
Right.
And it's funny whenever you're yelling or you're bitching at the kids. No, I'm being stern and I'm telling them, here's the line.
Mm-hmm.
I got loud for 2 seconds so they shut up and listen. Fuck, I'm gonna get shit. I'm gonna get a spanking or crap. I might get hit.
Mm-hmm.
The half a second scare to the fuck I better listen.
Yep.
Then they'll listen. You just get quiet, like super quiet. So that way they actually have to listen.
Yeah. No, I literally gave him that whole thing. Like, I turned his head to face me, and I was like, you better look at me. Don't look away in shame. You're only looking away in shame because you know you messed up. And I'm like, you gonna learn today. And I was just like, and then I pulled the whole Chris Rock thing. I was like, do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? And he just went like, yeah. And so I went fucking dad mode on him today.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. Because, I mean, and that's why I think it's funny with certain people. It's like, you're yelling at your kids, or you're disciplining your kids. Yeah, because I'm not just going to let them do whatever the fuck they want. My job as the parent is to teach them to do how to do things properly and how to live their life. Well, I think they should be free to do whatever they want. Okay, do you have kids? No? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, like, do you have kids? No. Do you not know the struggle? No. And why the hell are you commenting?
Shut your
You
mouth.
should just be
Stay in your lane.
Pom-poms, just cheering us that are struggling with it along. And we're barely even struggling, we're just simply getting through it because the best we can.
Right? I always think it's funny. Well, you're not allowed to do that. Says who? Says me. Do you have kids? Are you my wife and or husband? No. Shut up. Stay in your own damn lane.
Because, like, I know for a fact that, like, having an 8-year-old is just as much, if not different kind of challenge as having a 13-year-old. And I've been around the 13-year-old and seen the way you guys interact with each other and stuff, and I'm like, oh fuck, that's gonna be me in like 5 years and change. I'm gonna be dealing with a whiny ass.
But I mean, it's well, I don't think you
he's a
have
goofy,
as
he's a goofy
much
butt, but he does like to want
trouble with it as I do, because it's literally whatever I say. Well, the other, I don't give a shit what the other parent is. You're
No
with
matter
me.
how angry he gets, though, he worships the shit out of you.
See, there's the funny
He
part.
doesn't understand it,
I
but he does.
hate you. Okay. You can have that pretend hate. That's like, alright, I hate you. You should be here. No. Last Thursday when I was here to help Mom.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when he was going off on me, I'm like, shut up. You're not a fucking nudist. Because it's not bedtime. Put on clothes. Come downstairs where we can all be a family together.
Yeah.
Bitch, cuss, complain, scream, jump up. It's like, shut up. This
Talking
isn't a request.
Talking about Arian?
Yeah. This isn't a request. This is do it. Well, it's Bubby's fault. So, Bubby's only in his underwear, but yet he stripped you down butt naked. I call bullshit. You're the bigger brother. No offense, that means you're lying, because him stripping you or you letting him strip you means you wanted to be naked and you're just using it as an excuse. So which means you're full of shit. Quit lying.
No, they themselves take off their own clothes. I don't ever see Arian or Cass stripping each other of clothes.
No. Arian tried to blame Cass strips, so Arian's like, well, he did it, so I thought I had to do it. It's like, you're the little brother. Don't blame the little brother, because you're too lazy to keep on task or do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
If you let the little brother control you, then you are the baby. You are the baby, and he is now the oldest brother controlling this whole fucking goddamn bus.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be the older brother. You're supposed to show him by example, not let him tell you how to live your life. That's not how this shit works.
Indeed.
I don't think he liked it because, but no, don't blame him. Take responsibility for what you did. I got naked because I didn't want to wear clothes. Guess what? You don't get that option because mom's not here, and you don't get to just go lay naked in your own bed.
Yeah.
I'm here, and me and Mary are supposed to watch you, so get dressed, come downstairs, so we can all sit together as a family.
Yeah.
He hated it. But I mean, I wasn't rude, I wasn't mean, but the way he said, well, I hate you, I don't want you to click the trigger, and I'm the, do what you're told, the whole stern thing. No, here, line, now.
Yeah.
Because, oh yeah, I know, that shit triggers me. Oh, I fucking hate you. Okay. I've gotten to the point now, and I like that you've seen it, me evolve into this over the last 3-4 years. It's the, aw, you don't like me? Too bad. Your opinion doesn't mean shit. We still got stuff to do. Come on.
Yeah.
I love doing that to Connor. Well, I don't like your attitude. Well, I don't like you being a little dick, but that has nothing to do with it. This is the situation, and this is what we do.
We're in the locker room, and fucking you do that
If I
shit.
leave
You do that shit
first.
with him, and like you'll leave to go somewhere and do something real quick, and he's just still sitting there just lingering while waiting for me to get finished with what I'm doing, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere you come back and you start saying something to him. He gets pissed at it for some reason, and he just kind of looks at me like, and I'm all like, what are you pissed about? And he just kind of goes, oh no, dude, I'm just being, and I'm like, you mean he's being himself? And he's just like, well, he pisses me off, and then he's all like, and then he brings up Teresa for some reason. He's like, hey, mom does this, and I'm all like, you realize that you're literally just getting mad at him for doing exactly what we're him and I are literally bouncing off each other saying the same shit just a different way, and you're getting more pissed off at him. And he's just all like, yeah. And I'm like, then you're just all like going, you're like, whatever, let's go. And then he just goes, he like looks at me and goes, and then he looks at you and goes, and the whole time I'm just like going,
right? It's the, how can you just ignore that? I told you you're a worthless piece of shit. I'm 40, I don't give a shit. Come on, I got shit to do. Like, get you home and flirt with somebody who's married just for shits and giggles. Come on.
yep, like he gets all pissy and everything, and all of a sudden you're just all like,
me,
whatever.
I'm a natural flirt.
That's not my problem.
It's a bad habit I learned from my dad, but it also keeps me out of more trouble than it gets me into. You flirt with my wife? Well, I mean, you flirted with her, and look at her. I know, but no, that's a compliment to you. That's like my ex-wife. I hate it that all these women are fawning and na-na-na-na-na over you. I'm like, you should be proud that I'm the man that all your friends and any female you know wants to fuck and still away from you, which means I'm the badass and I'm top dick. She's like, and here's the funny part. It got so bad and she didn't like that every female was giving me praise, or if I had him, oh, I'd rail him, or he's good in bed.
Mm-hmm.
Her lying on me because every other female in my friend group who became friends with her because she was married to me was telling her how awesome a man I was, and if I was single or they and I were single, how they'd be jumping on it. So she got pissed and had to make up a lie. Well, he's no good in bed. Bitch, please, you lie. And I know you lie because I rail you so hard you scream with your asshole in the back of your head. Shut up.
Yeah.
I eat you, then I rail you.
Current wife or previous one?
Both.
Yeah.
But previous one was the one who, well, he's no good in bed.
Yeah.
Current one, if she ever said that, I'd knock her fucking teeth in, because I'm sorry, with as much praise that you've told me that you've told every other woman in your life of how good I am in bed, and now you're gonna bitch that I'm shitty in bed? that makes it a you issue, not a me issue. Because you decided you didn't want it no more. So, that's not me. I'm still a good lick. That means you're a shitty wife. Because, I mean, if she ever, or if I ever heard it from anybody, I'd be like, well, we all know that's a fucking lie.
Yeah. Not to mention the fact that she liked to exaggerate shit.
What we were talking about the other night. Arrogant ass. No, I'm a confident motherfucker. I'll eat you out and then I'll rail you. If I don't eat you out, it's because I think you're dirty, bitch. I'm just going to stick my dick in and get it wet and get off. It done. Conversation over. Shut the fuck up. Do your job. If I don't eat you out, I'm going to make you fucking choke on my cock.
I remember her sisters also. One of them couldn't keep their hands off you, and then the other one got scared.
Yeah. Kathy.
Yeah.
Couldn't keep her hands off me. Then she's like, but I didn't want it on the last one. It's like, you've been chasing this dick. Don't let it, all of a sudden you didn't want it no more. Who are you trying to lie to, bitch?
Not to mention the fact that if, like, during the last time, she actually didn't want it. Then she turns around and says the opposite.
I mean, because she'd always flirt, do all the stuff that she always does. It's like, then bend over, bitch. You know me, I'm just going to say, suck my dick then.
Mm-hmm.
No bullshit, no hindrance, no nothing, just do it or shut up.
And she did the stuff that you guys were wanting to do.
She did whatever the fuck I told her to. Or she'd try to get me hard and then...
Yeah.
Okay, bitch. What do I care? She ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
I've never had anything. Period. Ever in my life. I don't date dirty bitches and I don't screw dirty hoes.
Yeah.
I screw clean hoes. But I am the hoe whisperer. It's a really weird thing.
It's like the Cat in the Hat in that one movie, Cat in the Hat, where he's all like, he pulls the hoe up, like the actual hoe up to his face. It's like, come on, baby. You know what I mean.
Exactly what you're talking about. Oh, that's priceless. Oh, that's funny. But I mean, look at who I've been with.
Mm-hmm.
Ex-wife, a hoe. 2 younger siblings, hoe. Wife, hoe. Sister-in-law's wife, hoe. But overly judgmental hoe. She has to feel it. Bitch, I ain't no feel it. You know you want this dick. And what did she do? Jump.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to try. I bullshit my way through that and just went, put on the Chris. And da-da-da.
Yeah, because I remember you said that one
Get
night.
busy, bitch.
When you said you didn't come over for the gym that one night, and I'm just like, oh, what the hell is he? And your sister, my wife, was just all like, oh, he's probably out with that one lady. And I'm like, what one lady? Oh, wait. Oh, shit. And she's all like, yeah, babe, you didn't know that? And I'm like, no, he told me that stuff might happen. I just didn't know it was going to be now. And then, like, the next day you pop up and you're like, hey, what's up, fuckers? And I'm like, I'm going to guess you were busy last night. And you're like, oh, yeah, that was nice. And I'm like, got it. Notary details. You're like, oh, wait for it.
We'll talk about that while we're working out. I'm an open book.
And what's funny is I could see the fact that, like, if things had happened better with her,
Or in a different situation.
or happened in a different situation,
Shut up, Matt.
you would have ditched your current wife for her. Especially with the way you guys were when you were talking about her.
I don't think so. She was just a placeholder. I need to get my dick wet. Come here, bitch.
You were protecting her name when we were in the gym. Like, literally, I asked you what her real name was, and you're like, I ain't gonna say that because it's not, because that's her thing.
She asked me not to say it, so I'm not gonna say it. Well, that's
The
neither
way you were
here
talking,
nor there.
every way you were talking about it was like protective boyfriend type language, and I'm like, that's why I was just like, interesting, okay, and we just kept going, and then you're like, wait, what do you mean by interesting? I'm like, it's the way you're talking about it. It's interesting. It's a plot twist. It's adorable, but it's a plot twist. And you're just all like, don't worry about it. I'm like, never started worrying.
I think it was where you were poking me. It's like, what, motherfucker?
Teacher gave her students an assignment, asking them to share a story with a moral. Little Johnny raised his hand and said, "My parents once told me a story about morals." The teacher encouraged him to share, and Johnny began. So there was a little bird flying south for the winter. It was so cold that the bird froze and fell to the ground in a large field. While lying there, a cow came by and pooped right on top of it. Strangely, the frozen bird in the pile of cow poop began to feel warm and great. It laid there all cozy and happy, and even started singing. Just then, a cat passing by heard the bird's song and went over to investigate. The cat discovered the bird under the pile of cow poop and promptly dug him out and ate him. The teacher was stunned and asked, "Dear God, what was the moral of that story?" Little Johnny replied, "Well, it teaches us some valuable lessons. Not everyone who shits on you is your enemy. Not everyone who gets you out of shit is your friend. And most importantly, when you're in deep shit, it's best to keep your mouth shut."
I'm sorry. That one to me was just a. Sounds like. Something told
I've
me
lived that scenario.
I need to put that out there.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you know it, I know it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the thing of.
I think we all lived that at some point.
Either you live it, and if you have it, it is a good thing to keep in mind. Those who shit on you are not always trying to hurt you, and those who dig you out of your pile of shit aren't always trying to save you.
Yep. They're just trying to eat you. Or otherwise
hurt
bother you. Yeah. Why did I expect the cat to shit on him too?
I knew that was coming. But, I mean, as soon as it's the cat, here's the bird, my first thought is he going to pull him out of the shit and eat him, or is he going to piss on him? Those are my first two thoughts. Eat him or piss on him.
Just like, start smacking the thing in the face with all the poop first and then take a giant shit, because that's what cats do.
These cats are weird.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, once it finished, I was like, okay, yeah, no, I need to put that one out there for everybody, because that, in my brain, is literally, it's an old sort of, like, thing. Those who shit on you are not always your enemy, and those who save you or pull you out of your pile of shit aren't always your friends.
Yeah, that's what I thought was interesting, because, like, I remember when, years and years ago, we're talking, like, mid-20s, early 20s, people we went to go to the Fear Factory with, they knew us clear back when Ryan was first born. And
I remember that.
Quite a few times, I would be hopeful about things, or I would be talking about how somebody helped me with something, and I thought it was a big deal or whatever. And then, you know, Dylan, the guy where I learned a lot of tactics from, where I learned a lot of stuff from. And she would, you know, he would say, whenever she would say something wise, he'd be like, She-Hulk speaks wisdom. And one of the things she talked about was that exact thing. She was like, not everyone that's trying to help you is there to save you. In fact, most oftentimes they're there to take their own cut of you, rather than, you know, help you.
Oh, yeah.
And those that are shitting on you, or they're giving you shit, or whatever it is, not all of them are your enemy. And thinking that way might end up getting you killed one day. And I was, and I just kind of like,
well, I mean,
looked cross-eyed at them, but then later on I watched that come to fruition.
You telling me that you thought I was always putting you down when I was, come on, motherfucker.
Right.
All right, jackass, let's go to the gym. Why are you always calling me those names? I don't know. It's just it's one of the things I do.
Here's an example of that.
And we explained it with the one video where the East Coaster will shit on you while being your best friend, while the West Coaster go, oh, that sucks, and then walk away and let you literally die in your pile of shit.
Yeah, here's an example of that. Like a year or two ago, a couple of the times where you were doing your smack talk or whatever, and there was somebody that I knew that had surfaced out of nowhere.
Being a guy.
Yeah, like they heard you talking stuff. They heard you saying stuff, and they were like, "Oh, why do you let him talk to you like that?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And they're like, "Oh, well, blah blah blah." And so it was this whole thing. That person ended up actually nearly completely screwing me and Amber over, like just completely, just nearly just destroyed whatever
relationship.
Yeah, whatever thing was going on, and that exact morality tale
Happened.
Yeah, like the reason why
Don't let him pick on
yeah,
you.
the-
Come on.
Yeah.
And then what does he do?
Try
Try to shove you off the fucking hill so that way
Yeah.
he's the asshole on the top of the mountain because he used you to get to the top of the mountain.
Right,
Yep.
exactly.
Yep.
And then like tried to crucify and stuff.
Yep.
The reason why I made jokes about that tale, you guys heard me make jokes, is because I make light of shitty situations. But in all reality,
Because we all go through them.
in reality, I was the one in that story that was covered in poop. Like, I've been that person. I've also been the person that has done the shitting. Not really the person that pulls them out and eats them, because that's not me. But I've been the one that's been shit on.
And the funny part is, and this gets brought up especially in like certain circles, and it gets talked about a lot in the red pill shit. It's the, yeah, well, what does a guy do to another guy? Fucking fat bitch. Why are you calling me fat? Yeah, no, it's if I'm poking you for being fat, that means you need to get up, go to the gym, and actually be aware of yourself. Quit being a lazy fat, good for nothing. It's not because I'm trying to pick on you. It's literally the cow shit on the bird. The bird got warm from being frozen. I'm not shitting on you to make you feel like a piece of shit. I'm literally throwing shit at you to say, do you not see what the fuck you're doing?
Right. Yep.
I see it as a guy thing, and I think that's the East Coaster in me. It's the, I'm gonna throw shit at you, but I'm not throwing shit at you to be mean. It's like monkeys. Dumbass, you didn't dodge good enough. Haha, now you got shit on your face.
Yep.
It's that sort of playfulness, but it's the male, masculine, haha, bitch.
Yep.
It's not even trying to pick on you, it's just click. You realize this is what you look like with what just came out of your mouth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I like that you finally came to the point, because you'd asked me, and I explained it to you how I always saw it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we talk shit on each other. You talk shit on me, and I'll just laugh it off, or it'll show me something I need to improve.
Right. The thing is,
I never take anything personal.
As I had tried to explain to a couple people in real life that it's not mean-spirited. It's
Never.
It's more tough love, but also
Just masculine.
just kind of joking around and poking fun, that sort of thing.
I never saw it as hateful.
Right.
And I've dealt with that sort of shit my whole life. I just laugh at them. And if they go, why the fuck is he laughing at me picking on him? Then I know you're being a dick.
Mm-hmm.
And you're actually trying to pull me down. The funny part is, I literally just proved I'm on top of the mountain. You can't pull me down and just laugh at you being an asshole.
Yep.
That's like my biggest fucking bravado thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or what people call me out for with my arrogance, or, you know, my pride. Is I'm not prideful, it's I'm confident.
Right.
Yes, throw shit at me. Guess what? It just falls off and I'm still shiny.
Yep.
That's like who we were talking about earlier. She literally said, well, are you a knight? I'm like, of course I'm a knight.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have dented armor or shiny armor? Both. Because I fix the dents and I shine up my armor so it looks pretty.
Yep.
She didn't know what to do because I gave her that answer. She's like, well, if you have dented armor, that means you're this. And if you have shiny armor, that means you're an asshole because you just want to look pretty. Ah, but if my armor looks pretty, but you can still see it used to have flaws and I fixed it, I'm not a broken bitch.
Yep.
Plus, because I like my armor nice and shiny, I'll stand up and protect you.
Mm-hmm.
And still be the guy everybody looks at like, oh my god, how's his armor so shiny? Did you see the fucking battles he's been through?
That's what
Sort
I
of
tried.
thing.
That's what I tried explaining to your sister, for instance. Like whenever, she shows the scars on her back or the other stuff. She like one time was all like, "Oh, they're just so ugly and whatever," and I'm like, "You know that those are just battle scars, right?" And she's like,
Yep.
"She's like, well, I guess." I'm like, "No, there's no guessing. Like that's every scar on your body, whether
Makes
it's
you who you are.
whether it's self-inflicted or not,
not.
is a summary, like a brief synopsis of showing you survived pain and tragedy.
Damn straight.
So you need to like embrace the fact that you have those scars." And she's like, there was one day where she was all like, well, the reason why I didn't get accepted by that one beauty place all those years ago was because of the scars. And I'm like, then find another beauty place. Then find another one that actually
or don't
accepts
worry
it.
about what everybody
Or
else's
don't-
opinion
yeah.
is of you. Have, I mean,
I'm like,
you've
if you really
seen
badly want to be accepted by
my
some beauty,
Lucy,
get
where everybody
magazine.
calls me an arrogant
Find
ass,
one.
because I'm like, but why do you do it? So that way I can get badass.
Mm-hmm.
What does that have to do with working out? If I don't work out, then I'm a good for nothing, fat, lazy, fucking handicapped person. I proved that because I took off 6 months and then I got fat.
Yeah.
It done. It was an experiment, and there was some stuff going on, and I wanted to see.
Yep.
I like me better, and so does everybody else when I work out all the time, and I'm a healthy asshole.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather be a healthy asshole than a fat, miserable, handicapped, worthless piece of shit.
Right. Pretty much. I mean, that's how it is for me. Like, I'm not even handicapped. I've heard, like, as I told Nico
but
in
you
chat, I
love
was...
going to the gym because you like the feeling you get from trying to be healthy.
Oh, yeah. No, I do. I like I also like the dopamine rush of being able to push myself past the point that I previously expected that I could do. And being able to do more.
I think I saved that one somewhere in here, one that said that. I don't know, we'll get to it in a minute. If it's not in here, I will look it up, because I know where the soundbite is. I just gotta look at the
I
right
could not
video.
resist, so I had to look it up. From the Office of National Statistics, from a 2019 study, in ever-increasing numbers, we are now at a lesbian divorce rate of 72%. So the top 4 reasons that they're reporting getting divorced is feeling ignored, inequality in the partnership, adultery, and domestic violence. Personally, I feel like this lends some weight to men's arguments and complaints about how women are behaving in relationships. Because when you have lesbian divorce statistics that look like that, the girls are kind of telling on themselves.
Yeah.
That was just one of those funny, this will be an interesting fact,
Yep.
just to throw out there. It's like, look, you want to be a lesbian? You're still going to feel like you don't get enough attention, you don't get enough love, and you feel like you're not considered an equal because there's got to be a butch,
Also,
the
curious...
masculine and the feminine and the lesbian.
Curious observation I have is there's only about 5 to 10% of women that I know personally in real life that would never go lesbian. Whereas the grand majority of the rest of them that I've either interacted with or seen online or seen just random strangers online, the idea of going lesbian is being romanticized so damn much.
Do you know why it's being
That-
romanticized?
That percentage has increased exponentially as to why divorce exists.
But do you know why that's being romanticized?
Because it's just become common knowledge and females say that they know their body the best, I guess.
No. It's becoming common because literally Lucifer and all his little minions are pushing it. Why? It's this, there's too many humans, we need to quit fucking and making more humans.
So you're trying to say that, like, Lucifer's trying to stop procreation?
Luciferians.
You mean, like, not the actual devil, but, like, people that are...
Worshipping the devil or something that they worship like it's the devil. But they call it something else.
Interesting. I just
They
find it
worship
interesting
another,
that,
like, pagan or whatever deity, but they worship it the same way the Satanists worship what they consider Lucifer, even though technically they're not worshiping Lucifer, so that kind of makes it...
Maybe I'm just not around a lot of gay dudes myself, but I don't
It's
see
not
a lot
even
of
the
dudes
gay
going gay,
dudes.
where I see a lot of
But-
females going gay.
But the thing with the female, the reason they go lesbian, and it's propaganda being fed to them, because females are easier to brainwash with propaganda than guys are.
Right.
Lesbians are, a female knows how to get you off because she knows where all the buttons are because she has the same buttons.
Mm-hmm.
That's point one. Point two that they don't tell anybody, and why they're pushing being a lesbian or
First
a
point is the
fag,
one I expect.
or the transgender thing with girls not being girls, and you know the whole guy fucking a girl who's actually a guy thing.
Mhm.
It's the thing of, ooh, they won't have kids. we won't have too many people. But guess what? By the time the generation that is currently working, the older part of it, dies off, guess what? There's not going to be enough kids to replace them. Guess what? It's going to be complete shit stack because there's not enough people to take over the jobs for the people who are dying out. That is the bitch, or that is the statistic that I keep hearing from like Pearly Things and a few of the other people who talk about it. It's the statistics that you should have 3 to 4 kids if you want to keep the rate up of people being born to replace the people who are going to die out of the workforce in the next 10 to 15 years.
Yeah.
Those are the statistics on it.
Yeah.
That I keep hearing from multiple sources, and the people argue, well, that's not true. How many kids do you have? I don't have any kids. Do you plan on getting married? No, I don't want to get married. So you're going to be an unmarried mom? No, I don't plan on having any kids. And then who's going to take over when you're dead from your job? Sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because it used to be Dad owned the farm until Dad was dead. Then the son took over the farm. Your kids are supposed to take over when you're dead.
Yeah.
And if there's not enough kids, there's not enough people to take over the jobs to keep the system running.
That's like I told the wife back when Luciana was first born. In fact, when Phoenix was being born, I was telling her, I was like, if at some point in the next 10, 15, 20 years, I drop off the face of the earth for any reason at all, I'm hoping that one of my kids takes on my horror bent creation. Like, you know, the penchant for creating horror, like whether it's movies, writing, or any stories that I do. Like, I want them to be able to take on
you want them to be able to be creative, yeah.
Yeah, to be able to take on the creative craft of creation. Whether it's books, movies, doesn't matter. And she's
I get that.
And she's all like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And I'm like, do you think it would be Phoenix or Cass or Aryan? And then recently she's all like, I think it's actually going to be closer to Cass or Phoenix. Because Aryan does like that stuff, but like, he doesn't care that much about that media type. He's more into video games. Whereas, you know, Cass
he would be a guy who would be on YouTube playing video games to get paid for it. That's how he would make his.
Whereas Castiel would be the one creating the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like me and you, it's to create the story or something, and you sell it or give it to somebody else, or you make it yourself, like you did. Me, I just throw the ideals out there because I know somebody's gonna grab it, make money, and just make sure you put me in your book under people who helped or.
Oh yeah, no,
that sort of shit.
I don't think you've seen the dedication or the acknowledgement page yet.
Not on the newest one, no.
Yeah, no, the newest one. Yeah, no, it's pretty funny.
I don't doubt it.
I made sure.
You might have to show me.
Yeah, I made sure that. I have a copy of it down here.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll look at it after we finish the podcast.
Yeah. I'm gonna check my messages to see if Nico sent me a message because I saw that they called me.
Kaylee is who called.
Yeah, that's the old name for Nico.
I like I said, I don't know anything but Nico.
Yeah.
You could just message. What'd you call me for? I'm in the middle of the podcast. Did they recently send you some shit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh fuck.
Okay, let me see it. Nice. Alright, well, you look at those.
I love Nico's descriptions of things sometimes.
You look at those while I go over the new soundbite.
Tell people there's no such thing as this emotionally stable woman. It's physically impossible. I started mapping out women's hormones and realized that women are cyclic monthly, but their estrogens and other hormones change 4 times a month. So I realized women change 4 times in the month. And let me give you a simple analogy on this. Women, there's sometimes you get up in the morning, put your bra on, it's all nice and full. Next following week, put your bra on, it's a bunch of shriveled raisins. It's like, where they go? You see my point?
I feel attacked!
See, but see what I'm saying? That's and the women go, oh my goodness, you're right. See, because your body changes every week differently. Now imagine this though, but here's one thing, and I was literally talking to a woman over in Europe today, and all of a sudden I said this, I said, listen, but now estrogens change 4 times a month. So guess what happens? Ladies, that means mentally you change 4 times a month. And she goes, oh my goodness, she goes, I'm a CEO of this company. If there's some days a month that I should make any decisions. That's right. Because 4 times a month, you are dramatically different. And that's okay. So men are going to deal with things and look at the world very differently than women because women's changes. Then what it did for women, is this, is it start to realize that as they go up and down, their emotions are not supposed to be stable. Tell people, there's no such thing.
Let's replay that, sorry.
No, you're good.
Tell people, there's no such thing as an emotionally stable woman. It's physically impossible. I started mapping out women's hormones and realized that women are cyclic monthly, but their estrogens and other hormones change 4 times a month. So I realized women change 4
Every
times a
week.
month. Let me give you a simple analogy of this. Women, there's sometimes you get up in the morning, you put your bra on, it's all nice and full. Next following week, you put your bra on, it's a bunch of shriveled raisins. It's like, where did it go? Did you get a point?
I
It's
feel
like,
attacked.
see, no, but see what I'm saying? That's
Yes.
and the women go, oh my goodness, you're right. See, because your body changes every week differently. Now imagine this though, but here's one thing. I was literally talking to a woman over in Europe today, and all of a sudden I said this. I said, listen, but now estrogens change 4 times a month. So guess what happens? Ladies, that means mentally you change 4 times a month. And she goes, oh my goodness, she goes, I'm a CEO of this company. If there's some days a
Every
month I should
week.
make any decisions. That's right. Because 4 times a month, you are dramatically different. And that's okay. So men are going to deal with things and look at the world very differently than women because women's changes. Then what it did for women, is this, is it start to realize that as they go up and down, their emotions are not supposed to be stable. People, there's no
And
They're not supposed to be stable.
and your
Because
sister is as
this
broken
is
as
why
she is.
we're the logic, men are logic, and women are the emotional bubble.
And with their sister being disassociative as she is, and with her changing several times a day, we wonder why I'm going crazy.
Now, I know why you're going crazy, but anywho, keep going with the lunatic.
Give you the best analogy you've ever
Oh.
heard about the human body.
You'll like
How
this
long do you
one.
think I could go without food?
Dude, with your body fat, you're like 6%, maybe 3 days,
Good call. 30 days. How long do you think I could go without water?
48 hours.
I could go without water for 7 days. Now, tell me, if God created our body to go for 30 days without food, how come we're hungry every 3 to 4 hours at most?
Blood sugar?
Let me explain to you exactly why we're hungry. The truth is, it's not hunger, it's an addiction. Because if God created your body in a way where you don't have to eat for 30 whole days, because you're not going to have food on hand, you were supposed to go hungry. The fact that the media has came out, everything that shows you and programs you that you need to constantly eat, that's why you want to have more food. Because the more you have of something, the more you want of it. Your body holds fat, and the fat is held in fat cells. And the fat cells were created for reserve. But hunger is not truly hunger nowadays. It's a full-on addiction.
Wow.
Jeez.
Just that little soundbite of information, my brain goes, that makes fucking sense.
Yeah.
That's where my brain first goes. So, interesting factoids, or did you actually look at the picture they sent you? Or are you just discussing it?
I'm reading the giant clusterfuck of messages I was just sent.
Well, I thought that's what the first one was. It was a picture of all the messages.
No, it's literally the messages just sent in a group.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Alright, next soundbite. No, that's not what I said, you fucking little bitch. Oh, it's not gonna do it! Alright, fine, we skip 19, we go straight to 20.
Telling me that you think visually, like there's pictures and stuff? Yeah.
This one's the one for you. So, listen to this thing.
Telling me that you think visually, like there's pictures and stuff? Yeah. So you're telling me you think verbally, like you're just thinking as fast as you talk? Yeah. What are you guys talking about? Do you think like visually, like there's pictures in your head, or just verbally, like you're just talking to yourself? Both. Really? Yeah, like there's the gameplay footage, and then there's like 40 narrators talking all at the same time. Wait, you're dyslexic though, you don't care. What? Why? Because dyslexics can render a perfect three-dimensional model of any object they look at only using their imagination. Yeah, fair enough. Wait, hold on, I'm sorry. What? Oh, yeah, I learn, visualize, and think three-dimensionally. Whoa, yeah, but it's also the reason why I mix up my letters, like my P's and my B's. Oh, because your 3D brain flips them around. Yeah, blessing and a curse. Okay, so back to this. You're telling me you think in...
You see the hilarity in that, right?
Yeah, no, that's
Because I'm dyslexic,
that guy is me.
ADHD.
Yep.
So it's three-dimensional and word commentary all the time.
And when he said, "Oh, it's both," and he's like, "I think,"
And the main guy, which is him, but the main character he's playing went, "Wait, what the fuck?"
Yep. And he's like, oh, and there's 40 narrators at once, and I'm like,
Right?
because I'm like, that's me.
Yes. It's the
Especially with that one radio being turned on. Oh my god.
Well, no, you don't have 40. That's like 50.
Yeah.
That's 60.
I'm sitting here and I'm like,
Dude, the ideals and the things and the pictures that pop into my head at a concert with, and I don't have mine on like full volume like I used to, but I mean, it's still there.
do you remember that third person thing you talked about where you're driving the car and you can see if they're out driving the car?
Yeah, I always see the shadows of the people walking past.
That was me in Fear Factory today.
Nice.
I was literally walking along and I'm like, I feel like I'm experiencing the movie and I'm participating in the movie,
But
then
yet
I'm
you're
seeing the movie.
You're seeing stuff in the peripheral.
Yes.
Oh
And
my
even
God.
like when the person in the costume, felt bad because the people in the costumes were trying their hardest to scare the shit out of me. And the whole time I'm like mechanically going, I already know he was right there. I already know they're right there. And as we're walking by, I could see a shift and move, and I'm like, and he's about to, yep, right on time. And then that person, and I'm like, this doesn't even affect me. I'm just appreciating the sets at this point.
But see, that is also something because you're so self-aware with the way we talk together and whatnot, and like you said with the lunacy I spill out about the universe and how I see it works and whatnot.
Yeah.
That's where other people, like Catherine, always used to bitch at the wife. At the time, this wasn't the wife's complaint, but it's become one of her. She pulled it out of her sister's asshole complaints. You don't show any emotions. No, I'm not gonna waste the energy.
Yeah.
I'll tell you I love you. I don't need to run in with 12 roses every few weeks because you bitch. Stop wasting money.
Yeah.
I don't want to listen to you, bitch. So I'm not gonna do that. So I'm gonna use my words. And if I say it to you 500 times in 5 minutes because you're not saying it to me, I'm literally drilling it into your head to make sure you fucking know.
Yeah.
Because if I don't get a response, you don't look at me. As far as I'm concerned, you're not paying attention, or you're quite literally ignoring me.
Yeah. See, I'm not ignoring myself whenever I look at my phone. I'm just.
No, I know.
Yeah. You know how it is.
Yep. Next soundbite.
The research, if you did not know this, dragonflies are like one of the deadliest predators in history, ever. Just period. Apparently they have like a 90+% catch rate when it comes to bugs. It's a bug that has a high catch rate of bugs. That's fascinating to me. I saw a lady talk about that. Don't mind the sweat and everything. Your boy's trying to get healthy, okay? And I'm doing this after my little workout, okay?
Yeah.
I saw a lady that she bought.
You know I always praise the guys who are like, yeah, I just got done working out, that's why I'm all sweaty. It's like, yeah, another one.
Oh yeah. No, I love it.
Calm down. I saw a lady that she bought a metal one. Like this one right here. See this little metal one? And she puts them on her backpack or her hat, and bugs stay away from her. She's not lying. They're terrified of this thing. This thing, he's just next to me on the porch. I can see a band of bugs around my porch. They won't come near me. I just wanted to do a little workout before my stream today, and I carried it. I don't have to wear hats or nothing anymore. No mosquito, bug, gnat, nothing will come near me with this thing. I bought it for like $20 on Amazon. No, there's no link below. I'm just informing you of my findings as a scientist.
Thoughts? No, you're too deep in thought.
Yeah.
What I like that he said is, and he did this because what some lady said, and the factoid is, have a little dragonfly thing with you, because the other bugs stay away from it because it has a 90+ rating of catching other insects to eat them.
Yeah.
Dragonflies eat other bugs. It's the big asshole bug eating the other bugs. That's why I think it got the name it got.
Yeah.
Dragonfly. It goes around and just goes.
I'm gonna take a 10-minute break and go.
Yeah, you're fine. I'll just
Do
keep
something.
going with some of the sound
And
effects.
then
Or
I'll be right back.
do you need to call them?
Yeah, I'm gonna call them real quick.
Is that why they were calling you?
Yeah. Something's going down between us two.
Your idiot father and your
Yes.
lunatic sibling?
Yes.
Oh wait, you have two of them. The youngest sibling?
The youngest one. Youngest one.
Well, I mean, don't consider the other one's family because technically they're not.
Yeah, technically.
Because I mean,
Plus they also
your
wrote
dad
me
didn't
off.
knock the bitch up to pop out all the kids, he just found a bitch with one and just said, ah, fuck it, I'm tired of looking.
Yeah, and then he just legally signed the contract.
Nah, fuck that shit.
Churches and cathedrals were never built for religion and places of worship, and I'm going to show you exactly what these were built for. Now, churches and cathedrals display cymatic patterns in their windows, and cymatics are patterns made by frequency and sound. These windows display high vibrational healing frequencies, and some chapels even have songs encoded into their architecture. Now, this is what cathedrals look like on the inside. Clearly, this is not set up and designed for people to all be sitting and listening to someone all the way at the front. They were designed for people to lay down and listen to the healing frequencies from the instruments in these cathedrals. Now, our ancestors knew exactly how powerful frequencies are, and the oracle chamber is a perfect example of this. This is an underground chamber in Malta that pitches sound at 111 hertz, and 111 hertz frequency has been proven to kill cancer cells. Now, these cathedrals were also designed to generate their own free energy and convert it into electricity. This is why the word cathode is in cathedral. A cathode is a type of electrode through which electrons move. Now, this information has been intentionally hidden from us from our predecessors. However, we are in a time of awakening. The public consciousness is shifting, and this information is coming to light. And this will definitely be a part of our free new world. Peace and love.
I got that soundbite, which actually, where am I at? What time is it? Oh, we got plenty of time. That soundbite was more for the fact of, I thought it was funny that the way they made the cathedrals, shut up, stupid. Anywho, that they made the original makers of the cathedrals that most churches use were made so that way the instruments being played in them were at the right pitch and volume to help you heal from diseases and whatever your mental issues were. And the funny part is him talking about cath something. I find that funny. That's why they're called cathedrals. Is my brain also says that's why the Catholic Church is called that, because it's the cath. Because it's the
Churches and cathedrals were never built
yeah,
for
not
religion.
that. No, don't do that. You freaking jackass. Sorry, guys. I bumped the button.
Churches and cathedrals were never to lay down and listen to the healing frequencies from the instruments in these cathedrals. Now, our ancestors knew exactly how powerful frequencies are, and the oracle chamber is a perfect example of this. This is an underground chamber in Malta that pitches sound at 111 hertz, and 111 hertz frequency has been proven to kill cancer cells. Now, these cathedrals were also designed to generate their own free energy and convert it into electricity. This is why the word cathode is
Cathode. Yeah. The Catholics stole the first 4 letters because of the word cathode.
and convert it into electricity. This is what
Because, yeah, the cathode. Yeah, the cathode is. Cathode rid? Whatever. He's. His head's blocking some of the word. Hang on, let me see if I can find it in the other. No, just cathode. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, just double checking on the phone the spelling. But the cathode is the proper freaking frequency to help heal diseases. That's what it says. Delivers electrons, negative charge, and the anode collects electrons that have a positive charge. So that way, when you go into a cathedral, you feel healthier. I think that's also why the churches, for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and the temples are built the way they're built, because it puts forth, excuse me, positive energy. That's why I always like going to the temple or like going to church, because I like the feeling it gives me. That's a weird thing for me, because even TPAW has made comments that he doesn't feel that way in churches. I think that might also have to do with, trauma, which is also why Ghost L doesn't like churches or the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, because she had trauma with some of the stupid mortal leaders after I left. I actually got shipped out from our parents' house, brain words, when I was at the age of 19, because I got told to go screw myself. I'm not allowed to go on my mission because I don't have a high school diploma. Anybody I've told that to in the last 2-3 years, since I actually started going back to church, have looked at me with the utmost surprise and frustration that somebody would tell me that, because that's a lie. Which proved that, I can't remember his name now, the dumb guy who became the bishop of my church, or the ward I was in Oklahoma, Shawnee, Oklahoma, he quite literally is the biggest asshole. And I know he's the biggest asshole because my mom also sent me to him for certain, once I got to a certain age, actually before I got to that age, but that's who she sent me to for my doctor. Even though he proved he's an idiot, he's such an idiot that his accounting people that worked for his self-owned business kept harassing me for 10 plus years to pay for a thing that I had done, so that way I was ready to go on my mission, even though I didn't need to get it done. Come to find out, because he told me a whole bunch of, hang on a second, is that, okay, that's not that way, it's over there. Oh, that's just a little, okay, sorry, so I was looking in the background with the camera. Anywho, what was I saying? Blah, blah. Oh yeah, making me get, I don't even remember what shot it was. It was some shot that you should take just in case you go somewhere on your mission. But because of his stupidity and his either accounting part of his business, did not realize, because it had been over 10 years and they hadn't sold it to a collection agency, that they couldn't write it off with their taxes as a provided charity service. And I called them and asked them, why do you keep sending my mother, who I haven't lived with in forever at the time, because I had to move back in with my mom, but that's neither here nor there. So, but I called them and said, why, I need to talk to billing, or the accounting part of the practice. So they sent me to them. And I told them, well, you know, because this has been more than 15 years that y'all have kept this charge. You can write it off on your taxes as the business. No, I can't. That's not possible. Yeah, it is, because after 10 years, you write it off as a as literally you did that for me as a charity. But you have to be holding on to it for 10 years for some stupid, either federal or... It's anywhere between 7 to 15 years, depending on what state and or area you live in the United States. Because I know that with debts in general. But that is neither here nor there. Oh. Woo. I am tired tonight. No, but I think it's funny that the old school cathedrals and churches were made so that way they could basically use free electricity, which they don't actually use them properly for that, just like they don't use the, because they let people go visit it and go through tours through the Great Pyramid in Egypt, because if they didn't do that, they'd be able to, and they left it as it was, and it mess with it, they could get free energy off it. Of course, it wasn't all their fault because there was that earthquake that happened. I don't even remember what year it was, but it messed up the. It moved enough of the rocks that it broke the top cover and moved off the. What's the stone's name? Whatever the stone that was on top of the Great Pyramid in Egypt. Because once that was broken, it no longer worked as a power source. Of course, they also, because they had forgotten and not learned or kept the knowledge from generation to generation, they could not keep that as an energy gathering source, so that way they could, or figure out how they could use it to have free energy, because the only flow of water closest to them is the Nile, and a few of the other things with them living in the desert that they either haven't done or don't want to do to get free energy, because the Great Pyramid, and actually I think pyramids, all three of them, were literally just energy banks, power banks. Because what was one of the other factors? Because when they dug in to, and it's something from the guy who does the Bright Side podcast, or the Bright Side channel on YouTube and now Rumble. He talks about how he heard from, or was it Graham? Might have been Graham. No, it was Graham. Not Brightside. But Brightside's got a lot of good information about old civilizations who took credit for stuff they shouldn't took credit for, because literally it was there at the beginning of their keeping of record, for them starting to write down records. Plus in Egypt, a lot of the pharaohs also just put their name over top of their father's, uncles, or great grandfather's names, to just say, no, I did this, it's mine, because it's my kingdom, I'm putting my name on everything, so screw you. But it's that thing that they don't actually know how to build the pyramid, how it was actually done. And if they'd have left it alone and did more searching, they'd have found the entrance, I think it's on the north side instead of the one they put in on the east side. Or I might have those two flipped, I don't remember off the top of my head. But Graham Norton, I think it's Norton, isn't it? Oh no, hang on a second, I gotta look up the name. I got one of his books on my phone. What did you already, man? Yes. Log me in. Why are you? You know what? Not even gonna. Hello? Are you just being stupid? Hang on one sec. It's being stupid. Nope, not that one. Delete that one. You literally send it to my phone and then you like. The stupidity. Yeah, that one. The cathedrals. Anywho. Resend. Hello? Don't you hate it when your technology says no? Thank you. What the why are you making me? I swear I already did this. Oh no, that's right, new phone. Damn it. Alright, let me find it. Let me find the book. Golly jeez. Yeah, Graham Hancock. Okay. Had the wrong name in my head. But anywho, he said that one of the guys he talked to in Egypt, when they went into the pyramid, talked about how they found it full of quartz. It literally was naturally growing quartz, and they had to dig out and destroy all of the quartz that was growing in the king's chamber, the queen's chamber, and a few of the other chambers which they dug into and or made a path to. Which is funny because quartz literally carries energy, and anywhere there's quartz, you have a higher likelihood of having also paranormal activity because of the energy that quartz that travels through quartz, and where quartz is, there's a more energetic energy field. But they literally scraped out all the quartz that was growing, which almost completely filled the king's chamber, and if I remember correctly, the queen's chamber and whatever other chamber they found in the Great Pyramid. No, but I also think it's funny that cathedrals were built to hold energy, and they're trying to heal people.
He had a rule called the 40% rule, and the 40%.
This is Ray Goggins. This one's Goggins. David Goggins.
He had a rule called the 40% rule, and the 40% rule is this: when your brain says you're done, you're only at 40%, because it's a scientific fact. The way our brain is wired, when we experience pain or discomfort on any level, it doesn't have to be physical. Our brain, as a defense mechanism, it says stop. Taps us on the shoulder. When you ignore the tap on the shoulder that you're gonna get as an entrepreneur, when you ignore the obstacles, when you ignore the doubt, and you keep going, that's where the gold is.
Yeah, now that kind of goes into some stuff I've talked about before. It's don't stop until you're at least 80% finished on the goal you want to do, because when you're at 80%, the rest will just fall. 80 to 90%, the rest will just fall into place. Usually, not always, but 90% of the time, being 80 to 90% to your goal, the rest of it will just happen. 1. 2, the whole 40%, that's when your muscles or your brain says stop, is true. Because I felt my muscles try to stop me at the gym, or like the last 2 days, my thighs have bitched and complained and said stop moving, don't do anything, and I say bullshit, because the simple fact is if I stop, then I won't move. So I've had to keep myself moving and busy, so that way I can stay active and going. It's a weird thing your brain does. If you don't let it stop you, then you'll never stop. Once you break your brain out of the habit of, ow, I'm hurting. No, don't do that. That's scary, because your brain is trying to protect you because they think it might destroy the pattern you're in. The benefit to not listening to that part of your brain that tells you no, stop, don't do that, quite literally will improve your life with you, around you, and to you, because as soon as you don't let your brain decide, you actually listen to yourself and take control of your brain. And that's always the funny part. Well, my brain said this, my brain said no. You don't let your brain control you, because you as an entity are operating through the brain. The brain is not the freaking CPU that runs the whole thing. And plus, even if, I mean, having the brain as a CPU is actually pretty good. Analogy, because it's not the program that the CPU is running, so the computer operates at optimal efficiency. You know how you get the optimal efficiency? You work out an hour a day, or you do the like One Punch Man workout, but I add punches to it. So for every 100 push-ups, it's 100 push-ups, 100 squats, 100 sit-ups. I have issues doing sit-ups, so I do a lower abdomen crunch and a upper abdomen crunch, and then a full abdomen crunch, lower and upper together, which gives me 300 for the abdomen. But you also, the 100 squats and the 100 push-ups, if you can't do push-ups, what you do is you lean up against the wall and you push yourself to here to stretch out the pectoral muscles, and then you push yourself off the wall until you can literally go down little bit by little bit until you're flat on the ground and can do 100 push-ups. Maybe not all at once. If you have to break it up, do as many as you can, breathe, count to like 10, 15 seconds, and then do as many as you can, count, pause, count to 15 seconds, go. But that's also where I do the wall push-ups or the half leaning down push-ups. That's actually how I got skinny the first time. Doing that stuff, at least 100 push-ups, sit-ups, or what I call sit-downs, because I literally do this, or I do that, or I also do the crunches on the ground. Actually, I usually do all of those, so I'm doing like 500 abdomen workouts instead of one, which is probably why my literally belly went away before I stopped working out for 6 months to see how bad it would get in 6 months of not working out. It got horrible for me. But that's also part of my Shortcut Marie Tooth. The Shortcut Marie Tooth CMT is why I actually got fat. Because as soon as I stop working out, I get fat. Yeah, now see, why did you save it that time? And you rude little... Anywho, we were on soundboard. Right there. We were on that one.
Even though I don't have arms, I can do everything you guys can.
If you're happy and you know it's happening. If you're happy and you know it's happening. If you're not.
Literally, it's a guy wearing, I think that's, which one is it? It's the copper mask. Oh, who is the copper mask? It's the guy who has one eye. He was in Flash. It was one of the shows that had him in it. Teen Titans had him in it. Slate. It's a guy wearing the Slate mask, and it's a dude without arms, because his arms only go to here. Literally, like, right above where the elbow bends. Or right at where the elbow bends. Because they were talking and debating, and one of the people in the video is somebody I follow on TikTok, which I haven't looked at her videos in forever, but that's fine. Because I like her because she's cool. I like her humor because it's similar to mine also. So, I mean, that alone makes it fun. But that one's just a funny ha-ha. Because I can do anything you guys can do even though I don't have arms. Because it literally looks like it's literally the bottom of my t-shirt where it's cut off is where his arm is gone. Either he was born with a disability, I don't know the circumstances, but I've seen more than one person literally do a duet of this one or letting that play, then going, wow. He literally was arguing that he could do anything you could do, and you had to bring up if you're happy and you know it. I mean, one, it shut the guy up because the guy was just arguing to argue, because I've seen the full clip too, and he was just arguing just to argue in a live, which was the funny part. But as soon as the person I follow, because she literally had it up on her channel, literally as soon as that happened, She literally ran out of the room and closed the door, and that's what you see on the little clip. It's funny as hell. Because you have somebody arguing with you about what they can and can't do. It's like, click. But that was also kind of a dirty trick. That's why it made me laugh. Alright, next soundbite.
Hydrochloric acid is antifungal, it's antibacterial. So that if any bacteria happens to be on the food coming into the stomach, it'll wipe it out. So if someone's drinking with their meals, they water down the enzymes in the stomach. And the stomach knows that, so digestion stops. All the fluid has to be got rid of, and then it has to go back to digesting the food. And isn't that an Aussie habit, drinking with the meals? Every time Michael and I go to a restaurant, the first question we're asked is what? What are you going to have to drink? And we always say, no, we've already drank. Oh, well, we'll just bring you water. Now, we let them, because otherwise they'll never leave us alone. We should stop drinking half an hour before the meal, and that means that we've got a nice acid environment, and then resume drinking 1.5 hours to 2 hours after the meal. Hydrochloric acid.
You still like Kendall's stuff?
Shut up. I accidentally slid. No, I thought that was funny that if you drink anything, it slows down your body until you pee out or until it puts all the water in your bladder to digest your food. So if you want to digest your food and also be healthier, don't drink anything at least, it was at least, because you could go a little bit longer, half an hour before you eat, and don't drink anything until an hour and a half after you eat, so that way your food is fully digested. I like that a lot. I only have a slight hiccup with that, because some of the pills or vitamins and supplements that you get from doTERRA, and this is also a lot of other supplements too, people don't realize it. It tells you not to take it unless you've eaten something. And my mom's got one. If she doesn't take her pill within 10 minutes of her eating, it doesn't properly digest. So here's a thought for people with that, or at least this is what I want to go into, because this is the thought that popped into my head. If it's don't drink anything up to half an hour, or if you drink anything you can't eat for half an hour. Yeah, don't drink anything half an hour before your meal, up to half an hour before your meal at the minimum. Then what you do is you take your pills, drink them half an hour before, or swallow. If you can swallow pills without water like me, you don't have the issue that the lady's talking about drinking something and then it stopping you from digesting your food. So with people like us, we're great. For people who have trouble and have to drink a lot of liquids to swallow the pill, then swallow the pill, drink the liquids, put a half an hour timer on, and when the timer goes off, go get a tiny something and eat it. And then as soon as you're done eating, put an hour and a half timer on, so that way, or have an hour and a half timer ready, so that way you can click that, so that way, one second, I get yawns. I don't know why the hell I'm getting yawns. It's not even that close to 12. Only 15 and a half to 16 minutes. But anywho, I like that because for me, sometimes I forget to drink, and if I forget to drink, then I get super thirsty. But I think it's cool on that stuff. But I also like drinking the zero sodas, not the diet, because the diet has, the sugar is not processed, it's processed enough to not have calories, but it's not processed enough to not ruin your teeth. Because actually, when I was on the zero sodas, my teeth didn't get worse. When I was on the diet sodas, it ate away the enamel on my teeth.
Never ever put me in a position. Never ever put me in a position where I have to show you how cruel
that channel. That channel's always fun. It always has those nice things. And I like that it's saying, I'll be nice to you, don't push me, because you don't want to see who I truly am when I have to be. Accept my kindness for kindness. Don't think I'm trying to get something out of you. Which is what I've always been told. Well, you're just being nice so that we can get this, or you're just doing this for this, or you're just doing this for this. No, that's not why I'm doing it. Is that an outcome I would like? Yes. Is that a you have to do this? No.
There's a video that I 100% legitimately play in my mind when I'm tired. I say good. Listen to this video. Have you ever heard this? It's amazing.
I don't think I have.
He would call me up or pull me aside with some major problem, some issue that was going on. And he'd say, boss, we got this and that and the other thing. And I'd look at him and I'd say, good. And finally one day he was telling me about some issue that he was having, some problem, and he said, I already know what you're going to say. I said, well, what am I going to say? He said, you're going to say good. He said, that's what you always say. When something is wrong and going bad, you always just look at me and say good. And I said, well, yeah. When things are going bad, there's going to be some good that's going to come from it. Didn't get the new high-speed gear we wanted? Good. Didn't get promoted? Good. More time to get better.
There's a video that I 100% legitimately play.
I'm
in my
gonna
mind
play it
when I'm
again,
tired.
y'all.
I say good. Listen to this video. Have you ever heard this? It's
I don't
amazing.
think I have.
He would call me up or pull me aside with some major problem, some issue that was going on. And he'd say, boss, we got this and that and the other thing. And I'd look at him and I'd say, good. And finally one day he was telling me about some issue that he was having, some problem, and he said, I already know what you're going to say. I said, well, what am I going to say? He said, you're going to say good. He said, that's what you always say. When something is wrong and going bad, you always just look at me and say good. And I said, well, yeah. When things are going bad, there's going to be some good that's going to come from it. Didn't get the new high-speed gear we wanted? Good. Didn't get promoted?
It's great. I walked in here and I don't smell poop. I smell Mexican food.
Get better.
There's a video that I
I'm gonna play-
100%
We're gonna play this one more time for this lunatic TPAW to hear it, because I think you'll get a kick out of it.
There's a video that I 100% legitimately play in my mind when I'm tired. I say good. Listen to this video. Have you ever heard this? It's
I don't
amazing.
think I have.
He would call me up or pull me aside with some major problem, some issue that was going on. And he'd say, boss, we got this and that and the other thing. And I'd look at him and I'd say, good. And finally one day he was telling me about some issue that he was having, some problem, and he said, I already know what you're going to say. I said, well, what am I going to say? He said, you're going to say good. He said, that's what you always say. When something is wrong and going bad, you always just look at me and say good. And I said, well, yeah. When things are going bad, there's going to be some good that's going to come from it. Didn't get the new high-speed gear we wanted? Good. Didn't get promoted? Good. More time to get better.
There's a video.
I see. That's the mindset I have too. Like, yeah, I'll be disappointed.
Oh yeah,
initially
that's the
by
way.
the
Yeah.
by the fact that I didn't get the job, or I didn't get this, or I didn't get that, or family members didn't respond the way I wanted, or things didn't go the way planned.
Of course.
There's still good things to come out of it. Like,
Well, fuck
and you learn about
okay.
how clusterfucked it
good.
is, or how other things are happening, and you're just like,
Or
okay, I got
how-
bailed.
Well, I said this because I wanted Joe's opinion,
Yep.
or I needed some input. But you don't want to put your input. You know what? That's fine. That means you don't need to be part of this party.
Yeah, no, I've got you on the phone while I'm doing the podcast now. I told you I was doing that. Yeah.
Maybe we'll learn something with the lunacy.
Yeah, so basically, what I like most about that video is, so what I learned recently about my workplace, for instance,
Yeah.
is we all know that there's bunches that complain about the place, right? Like, that's just That's like telling you the sun's up or that the moon comes out at night. What I learned...
It's a job. It
Yeah.
sucks. Stop bitching about it.
What I learned is that the position I was gunning for months ago, one of them, senior line,
that you got told no on.
has been beyond cluster F for so long, and the dispatch has become such a heap of garbage that even though, like, I'm not moving up in the company right now, even though, like, I'm 2 years in,
It's actually good because you're not in the shit
yeah,
pile to get fired.
I got bailed out of an even bigger cluster F in the other departments.
Nice.
Because of the fact that their just non-functional company is not functioning very well. And then even more so with the family stuff, I'll sit there and I'll learn about bureaucracy, politics, stuff happening with certain relatives. I was just learning about stuff with Nico about dad. Like, yeah, I may not own a 7-bedroom house, but all my shit ain't downstairs, and I'm not having my own house relegated for me by some control freak. And, you know, I'm not having all my shit be policed, and I'm not watching as I'm, you know, not not in control of my life with my giant expensive 7-bedroom house that I'm having to spend a lot of my income on. Where my relationships with my kids, Nico, with my kids is so messed up. Like
Well, I mean, how many times
I see the
have we
positives.
talked about
I always look
that
for the positives.
on the podcast?
And yes, I see Wookie Pussy.
That he quite literally bitches and complains. We've gone over this. My dad does the same thing. Well, everybody calls me this. Well, then how about you stop being that?
Yep.
Has nothing to do with you don't like being called that. Well, then don't act like that.
Right. Like, you have no idea how you come off to someone or how you look to someone. And I always am curious about that, too, every day when I'm like, how does TPAW look to other people? Like, how does, you know, all the hang-ups and stuff. But then you can't get trapped in this prison in your own head in which you're now obsessing over what other people think about you. But it is something to be curious about. Of like, how do I come off to other people?
That's why I always think it's funny whenever you tell me stories that what people say about me and it's positive. I'm like, where the hell does all this happiness come from? I just that fucking like ball of shiny sunlight, like going, be happy, love each other, my children.
When we go to Maverick or other places, like you and I are just us ourselves, not calling or anything. And people go, oh, how's your day? And you go, amazing! Or, I'm doing fantastic. How about you? And they just get so taken aback. They're like, the fuck? It's like against the law to feel that way.
Well, no. The funny part was this morning, one of the regular ladies that works the morning is like,
yeah, as Nico said,
how's it going so far? I'm like, it's a good day so far. Even though the wife kicked me out of the house, fucking cunt. What? Yeah, she doesn't like me being at the house on Tuesday or Thursday.
Yeah, like they'll hear.
No, the lady literally said, well, then tell her to go fuck off 2 days of the week. Oh, I do. It's Monday and Wednesday. She can go fuck herself on Monday and Wednesday because that's my day.
Yeah.
And she went,
like,
oh. She did that to you and you said, fine.
Yeah, middle finger right there. Yeah.
Those 2 days of yours, bitch, be gone.
I have heard so many men, especially men, whenever we're in the hot tub. Like, I'll be chillaxing, just sit in the hot tub, start doing my dips and stuff in the hot tub to get my muscles to relegate and everything. And I'll be watching as, like, you start doing socialization with some of the dudes that are in the hot tub. And then, like, they'll make commentary on their marriages or shit that's going on with them. And you go, oh, yeah, no, that's me in my house, but the bitch says this, the bitch says that, blah, 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 blah. And they're just like, you're freely saying that, and you're like, yeah, it is what it is, right? Like, it's not my fault if the shit's all fucked up because they did it. It's only my fault. It's only bad if it's me doing it. I have to fix my hang-ups and my hiccups. It's not up to me on what they do. And they just go, like, their jaws drop, and they're like, the fuck?
Yeah, I like give them the most enlightened, and like we were talking about the other day, and that's why I asked you the question, the Jesus answer. It's the, oh, well, that's their hookups. Don't let their hookups slow you down. Be a badass and show them that I'm not going to let your stupidity slow me down. And they're like, who the fuck is this guy?
Nico, quit being like Loki right now.
Nico, don't worry. I'll take care of you next year. Anywho.
Yeah, no,
because we were making jokes about that a couple weeks back.
We were. No, it's funny because as I'm saying stuff, Nico's providing peanut gallery in my head.
Oh,
like,
of course.
I'm like, why are you saying this instead of saying that? And blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, God damn it, Loki. Oh, wait, that's Nico.
It's the same shit.
Yeah, it's...
Very similar.
Yes.
Alright. Here's this soundbite while Nico's talking your ear off. I went back.
No, but I liked...
Because
that's the
and
thing.
cathedrals were
Is
never
that's one
built-
thing I love about that video. Is, and I knew you picked it because you knew I would like it in some way, whether it was humored or whether I would be like,
Which one?
the good, that, okay,
Oh,
I didn't get
yeah,
the thing
yeah,
good,
yeah,
didn't get
yeah.
that thing good. The reason why I say that is because there has been times where, like, my Aunt Tammy, for instance, when she's working on writing projects and she's going all doom and gloom, and like,
Or
you
she's
know,
like, how the fuck do you do
yeah,
it? I don't get this shit.
like how do you look at it so positive? Or I'm glad you're able to see that. And you could hear the undertones of passive aggression. You could hear the undertones of I'm beyond miserable, and yet I'm doing all the things I thought I wanted to do, but I'm going to convince myself it's good because then I can feel okay with doing the moves I did. And I just look at it and go, the heck you did it at all. Like, maybe remind you, like, you're doing this for you. You're not doing this for everyone. Like, you're not being a people pleaser. And I hope you are not, because if you are, you're going to fail. But if you're doing it because you yourself want to do something cool, then awesome. That's where it's credits. Anything after that, like
It's just bonus.
whether people buy it or participate or anything, that is bonus content. Like,
Well,
you achieve the goal.
that's like me and you.
But it's
You
still
were-
good.
You kept bringing up your book so much
Mhm.
and talking about like the mythos and whatnot that you had in it. Every so often, when we first started going to the gym, I'm like, "Bleh, bleh," and just start dumping fucking mythology or how I think it would fit, and you're like, ooh, that's a good idea.
Yep.
Keep that one.
Yeah, no, and it's funny because it's like, you were like, oh, just give me 10% credit or whatever, and I'm just like, fuck that, I'll just put you in the acknowledgement section on every fucking book, and just, you know, that way, if anybody that gives a shit beyond just seeing TPA with a paw print, they'll see, TPA Wolfric, they'll look in the acknowledgements, they'll be like, oh, so one of the big collaborators or big contributors is Karnage. Okay, cool. And then they wonder which parts was it, and
Yeah.
and it's little do they know, some of the Egyptian mythology I threw in there, some of the other stuff I threw in there is stuff that
Some of my lunacy
we
ideas
talked
on what
about.
I
Yeah.
would do as a vampire to become like, I don't have to go kill all the humans. What are you talking about? I'm getting free blood.
Yep, exactly. And I love the message there because everyone is so focused on one-upping each other or succeeding or doing the American dream that, like, they're not
It's all
looking...
about me being famous
Yeah.
because I want my face up there.
Whereas if you, like, enjoy the journey along the way, you'll learn a lot more.
Well, what is it?
What the hell is that? Oh, it's a library shelf.
Peter. Or TPAW.
Yeah.
It's the thing of enjoy the journey, not the destination.
Yes, exactly. Just
Yeah.
like...
You might have to turn down the brightness
Shit.
there.
I'm going to turn the brightness down. Okay. This is what Nico just showed me. It looks like a library with blood on the side.
Oh, Vampire Library. Cool.
Yeah, it's a vampire library, I guess. Yeah.
Alright. Here's an interesting factoid.
Churches and cathedrals were never built for religion and places of worship, and I'm going to show you exactly what these were built for. Now, churches and cathedrals display cymatic patterns in their windows, and cymatics are patterns made by frequency and sound. These windows display high vibrational healing frequencies, and some chapels even have songs encoded into their architecture. Now, this is what cathedrals look like on the inside. Clearly, this is not set up and
Yeah, no, the
designed
audience
for
just
people
saw it.
to all be sitting and listening to someone all the way at the front. They were designed for people to lay down and listen to the healing frequencies from the instruments in these cathedrals. Now, our ancestors knew exactly how powerful frequencies are, and the Oracle Chamber is a perfect example of this. This is an underground chamber in Malta that pitches sound at 111 hertz, and 111 hertz frequency has been proven to kill cancer cells. Now, these cathedrals were also
That's the
designed to
first one I
generate their
felt.
own free energy and convert it into electricity. This is why the word cathode is in cathedral. A cathode is a type of electrode through which electrons move. Now, this information has been intentionally hidden from us from our predecessors. However, we are in a time of awakening. The public consciousness is shifting, and this information is coming to light. And this will definitely be a part of our free new world. Peace and
I actually like that a lot because it's talking about frequencies. It's talking about how
Well,
the universe itself, in existence, creation, is on a set of frequencies.
Well, what I thought was funny is he's talking about cathedrals, and it's from cathode. Cathode is the word that they took. That's the energy. The name for the energy that's supposed to help you heal and keep you like meditate. And I'm like, yeah, that's why the Catholic Church is Catholic. They literally still at the beginning, so that way they can. That's why we build these churches like this, even though you just took over the fucking building that was already there. You fucking like piece of shit.
Right.
Because it's like the whole Catholic Church monster.
But what's even more important is that, so the situation that's happening right now with my dad, the situation that's happening right now with how it's affecting Nico, how it's affecting really everyone that's even involved, myself included. Even if it's in a more distant, detached way, and with Tam even more so, she's very much third party.
I think she's fourth party, but
the frequencies that are going on are, you know,
bad.
very, very bad. And, you know, Lacey is trying to cover it all up. Lacey's trying to, because at the minute that it's not covered up anymore, she's lost the game for herself. Like, she loses the control.
Okay, do you know where that comes from?
Family trauma.
Not just family trauma. Her own personal trauma that she's either
Inflicted.
decided is better because she knows how to deal with that trauma. It's like we've talked about before. It's you literally get so comfortable in the pile of shit you're in, like the bird.
Yeah.
But the issue is you don't want to get out of the pile of shit to move to either a better or bigger pile of shit that might be more beneficial to you. You're literally going to stay here and be miserable.
I need to send that video to Dad.
Because
The bird video. I need to send that to Dad.
we'll go back and find it.
Right.
I know which one it is.
No, go ahead though. Go ahead and finish.
But it's the thing of you get comfortable in the pile of shit you're in because you always know what the outcome is. I'm not going to get out of the crappy situation and or life I'm in because I know how to deal with it, because I know what you're going to say, because you always say the same thing, and I always have a line ready for you because I know how to fucking argue against you because you're a dumbass and always repeat yourself.
Right.
Which is her issue, because everybody fights her because she's a raging ass, like my dad. She doesn't realize if she quit being a raging ass and it has to be done my way or fuck you,
Yep.
she'd be more happy. But if she's more happy, then her issue is, but I don't know what to do when I'm in the happy place. I feel scared in the happy place because it's new and it's unique.
And it's not misery.
And it's not where she's comfortable, where she's been living for the last 20 plus years.
Yeah, however long she's been living there, because it's been longer
I
than
say it's
even
20 plus years.
it's been longer
because
than even Dad, because the shit that she kept going on about the first couple of years was just her being miserable and
about her ex
and
or
her
whatever.
being obsessive compulsive about her the cycle thing that going through her head and how she keeps spinning
It's
everything.
the constant thing. She is the constant trigger. That's like when my current wife started acting like my ex-wife. I'm like, alright, am I the trigger, or is it the idiots around us that she's projecting because she thinks this is what she needs to say, even though we're like the couple everybody wants to be. Now she's being fed information that tells her, no, you're literally sitting in a pile of shit. Here, come sit in my pile of shit because it's not as stinky. It's actually prettier smelling. Just because shit smells like fucking candy don't mean you go sit and eat this fucking shit.
Right, exactly. And like, so the reason why I said about the bird video is because the exact situation we've been talking about, like privately,
And this video literally went deep
it
into
literally like it
I'll send it to you. You can send it to Nico, your dad, and anybody
yeah,
else you
like
want.
literally like the idea, the concept of the fact that the main bitch he makes all the time is how he thinks that everyone just keeps crapping on him, right?
Your
And
dad
everyone keeps
and-
insulting him.
yeah.
Everyone keeps all these other things. And then he goes and he points fingers and goes, oh, you guys, and he just whines about it. But what he doesn't realize is that we made him warm with our shit, quote unquote, that he feels we've given him. Lacey's the cat who pulled him out of it and ate him.
Uh-huh.
Like literally, like that's how it's going down.
Well, like I said, just a different pile of shit that smells better. But what you don't realize
Right.
by it being smelling better, it smells pretty because it's literally poison shit. The poison draws you in because it smells pretty, so you'll kill yourself and quit eating it.
Yes, exactly.
The natural evolution of certain plants have a certain smell to keep animals away or to draw animals in, so that way it can kill them, so that way it doesn't eat all the other plants.
Yeah.
It's those weird little add-ons or flip-flops you can add to it. There's 1,000,001 different ways you can change it.
Yeah. No, I see so much resonance with that simple morality tale. Like I do. Like sometimes I'll literally replay the podcast, especially
just to listen to that
yeah,
shit.
especially when I'm riding the wave and shit, so I can get some more illumination that I didn't get the first time. That's part of why Kevin Smith is really who got me doing that, like re-listening to shit all the time, because he would always talk about doing that and how
Going
he always,
back over it so that way
Yeah.
he could see whether he liked, disliked, or get
Yeah.
a secondary viewpoint by watching it from the third-party point of view.
Yeah, he said he'd re-listened to his interview with Stan Lee at least 6 times because one, he liked reliving the whole Stan Lee thing, but also because of the fact that he loved some of the stories Stan told and wanted to revisit it and see what else he could learn from it. And so I started being like that. I started like re-listening to certain podcasts we would do, and I'd be like, wait a minute, let me go and re-listen to that and see what we said. Okay,
Every
so
once in a while,
we'll
I'll do
re-listen.
that just because I want to. Okay, did I get everything? Did I miss anything that I need to talk about next week or in 2
Right.
weeks? Yeah, I'll
Exactly.
do that every once in a while. I'll like, all right, listen to 2 podcasts today, of the ones me and TPAW's done. Okay, didn't miss anything on that one. Next one.
Yep.
Oh, I know where I can add on that. All right, look up that fact podcast soundbite.
And what's even more amazing is I think that we're funny sometimes, but I've actually been told by other people, they're like, oh my god, you guys are hilarious. And I'm like, wait, so I am funny? Cool. And he's funny? Cool. Like, I am not the only one who
I
thinks
try
that.
to throw out randomest hee-hee-ha-has.
Yeah.
And you know that.
Yep.
We got a rule called the 40% rule. And the 40% rule is this. When your brain says you're done, you're only at 40%. Because it's a scientific fact. The way our brain is wired, when we experience pain or discomfort on any level, it doesn't have to be physical. Our brain, as a defense mechanism, it says stop. Taps us on the shoulder. When you ignore the tap on the shoulder that you're going to get as an entrepreneur, when you ignore the obstacles, when you ignore the doubt, and you keep going, that's where the gold is. And the rule
Yep. When you keep going, you keep going, you keep going, and you just keep on grinding.
That one I'll send to you too. Because I think that one, I don't know, did I send you that one? No, that's one I haven't sent you yet. Because for me, that one is just one of those ones where I think that would also be beneficial toward your dad.
Yeah.
Because it's the, but yeah, no, the reason your brain and your body say give up because I'm comfortable. I don't want to try. That means I gotta actually put effort in.
Right. That's what I've been told that by
What the
people
fuck
too.
did you just do? Shut up. All right, this one says.
I don't have arms, I can do everything you guys can.
If you're happy and you know it's happy. If you're happy and you know it's happy.
Did you hear what he said?
If you're happy and you're happy,
No. Listen to this guy first.
Even though I don't have arms, I can do everything you guys can.
If you're happy and you know it's happy.
Now the chick up on the corner
Yeah.
of that little like short clip,
Yeah.
reel, I follow her on TikTok.
Yeah.
But what I like most about that is it's the guy literally raising a giant. Well, I can do anything you can do, you motherfuckers with arms.
Yeah.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. She literally jumped out of the door. She literally just walked out of the room, closed the door. I'm out! Because I'm going to laugh my ass off. And you heard her. She started to laugh.
Yep.
I gotta leave!
Yeah, no, what they were doing is they were trying to make fun of a guy who was an amputee.
No. He wasn't making fun of him.
Oh, it wasn't
I
making fun of him.
think it's the guy arguing. The guy without the arms has to argue to the fact to, well, just because I'm handicapped, bitch complain I can do, I do this, I do that, just like you do, even though you have 2 arms and I don't. So, since he's bitching and cussing and being the asshole in the conversation or the live on TikTok, the guy with the Slade mask on, I mean, it fits. Oh,
Yeah.
we're gonna deal with somebody who's bitching just a bitch to say, looky, I'm as good as you. Here you go, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Just the middle finger to go, shut up!
Yeah.
I didn't bring you into the live so you could just sit there and bitch and cuss and complain.
Yeah.
So I'm literally gonna make you look like the biggest asshole in the world. I can do anything you can do. And play the one song or one little soundbite that literally says, do this, and he can't.
Yeah.
It wasn't to pick on him, it's because he was being the asshole, and it's like, cash in this check, motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's how I saw it. The hilarity is it's like we always see in the videos with some of the leftists and whatnot. Well, you're this. Actually, I'm not. You're that because da-da-da-da-da, like the first video with the, you're a misogynist. Actually, I love women. Women are awesome. You're actually more of a misogynist. He doesn't say that because you say, okay, you're a man who got surgery to get fake tits. Okay, we'll let you be a woman even though you don't have your dick cut off. It's like, you see how you're the biggest hypocrite because you're literally hitting on women for telling men not to come into their sports.
Yeah. No, I saw what you're talking about with the whole, that guy, because he clearly has a disability of some kind, and
he's raging and jumping up and down. I can do it, shut the fuck up, don't tell me I can't, when they're literally just trying to be nice.
Yeah.
Or the guy was bugging the dude who played the song because he's the big video, so he's like the main guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's his live broadcast, by the way, that shows it.
Yeah.
Because that's how it does it on TikTok. Unless you like have more than like 5 or 6 people, because then everybody's got to be the same size so they all fit on the screen.
Yep.
I don't know that because I looked at it.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, here's the next one.
Hydrochloric acid is antifungal, is antibacterial. So that if any bacteria happens to be on the food coming into the stomach, it'll wipe it out. So if someone's drinking with their meals, they water down the enzymes in the stomach. And the stomach knows that, so digestion stops. All the fluid has to be got rid of, and then it has to go back to digesting the food. And isn't that an Aussie habit, drinking with the meals? Every time Michael and I go to a restaurant, the first question we're asked is what? What are you going to have to drink? And we always say, no, we've already drank. Oh, well, we'll just bring you water. Now, we let them, because otherwise they'll never let us alone. We should stop drinking half an hour before the meal, and that means that we've got a nice acid environment, and then resume drinking 1.5 hours to 2 hours after the meal. Hydrochloric acid is...
Interesting.
Yes, I thought that was an interesting factoid in the way of, she's literally explaining to you from a scientific point because she's a teacher. That
My
don't...
dick just cringed.
Which one? The one you're wearing, or
I'm
the
not
one?
showing the stream that one.
Well, no. Now, I thought you wanted to have one, Nico. Don't bitch and complain and want to cut them off, because then you'll never have one that you can get sewn off. Like soundbite.
Ever put me in a position where I have to show you how cruel and ruthless I can be. Don't test my patience, because I might be the kindest and sweetest person you've ever met. But once I reach my limit, you'll see me do the things that no one thought I was capable of doing.
I like that one a lot.
Oh, I love that one. No, and you came in and I really listened to that one, so we'll skip that one.
Yeah.
That one I like because, I mean, does that not fit my situation?
Yeah, it does.
Really? You really want to see me be an ass? Really? Are you sure? You sure you really want to approach a bear that hard? Alright, motherfucker, I hope you know what game you're walking into because I always told you who and what I am. And I told you the only reason you get the next me is because you ain't been a dumbass and stepped over the line. Here we go.
Yeah, I remember you telling that to Teresa a couple times.
Dude, your wife!
Yeah, that's true.
And Todd, my
Yeah.
other sibling.
Mhm.
Literally. Because Gociel said it, I don't know how many goddamn times. We told her who the fuck you were. You're just playing nice to play nice.
Yep.
If she pushes you, you're gonna fucking just snap and be like, here you go, motherfucker.
Yeah. You've even had to do that to Ghostel herself.
I've had to do that to Connor. You've seen that.
Yep.
I don't like doing it.
Yeah,
But
I know.
you keep pushing me into the wall. Do you like what happened? No, I didn't. And can we like not do that stupid thing again? Or
I got called.
not yell at me for.
I got called too aggressive. I got called a bunch of things with my dad's side of the family. Whenever I showed any of those sides.
Yeah, you know what you tell them? This ain't aggressive, motherfucker. You want to see aggressive? Let's go in the front yard. I'll show you aggressive.
Gym is the only place that does not acknowledge me. Does not care who I am. The weights don't lie. If you can't pick them up, you can't pick them up. They will push you every single time. The gym is the...
Well, let's do it again.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
The gym is the only place that does not acknowledge me. Does not care who I am. The weights don't lie. If you can't pick them up, you can't pick them up. They will push you every single time. The gym is...
They will push you every single time. If you can't pick them up, they will push you around the way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I agree with that because you're like, yeah, look how much weight I can do. I'm like, same.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll do it, and then you're like, and then I'll just put it back and grab the lighter weight. What are you doing? I don't need to do the big weight to get the big muscles. And you're like, I'm confused.
Yeah, no, half the time I don't even question it. For me, it's when I grab the bigger weights, it's to see what'll happen out of it. And it also is because I just like being able to do that. I like being able to pick up the bigger weights. It's not the fact that I have to. Because you've seen me grab the ones that are just either slightly larger or just
way too
big,
fucking big, and
or,
you're like,
or the exact,
that's a hair too
or,
much.
yeah, or just the exact same size as ones as you, and I just do more reps. Like there are some days where I just don't pick up the bigger weights. I just pick up the average ones.
Yeah.
I just like being able to pick up the bigger weights and be able to do it.
Oh, but I mean, you've seen me. It's like, all right, because what was it? We were doing bench press for most of this year.
Yeah.
Through the app and whatnot.
Yeah, the center app.
And we got the expert.
Please sponsor a center. Just kidding.
Chris, call me.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. It'll be a good deal for you, and it'll be a great deal for us.
Yeah, Mr. Chris Hemsworth. You have no idea how many times I've talked about the center app, whether it's on here or other places. I'm constantly advertising.
Yeah. Go to my Karnage 6778 on Insta or X, Twitter, whatever the fuck you want to call it, and talk to me. We'll discuss the sponsorship, and then you can send us a little video, or we will make a little video to put up. I'll set an hour timer each week, and it'll pop up. The timer will go off. I'm like, all right, time to do the ad, and then we'll play the video.
Yep. And meanwhile, Nico is whispering random things in my ear to see if I'll laugh.
Of course.
I tell you all of my infiltrating. I want you to pay attention because this might be the most important video you ever watch in your life. What I want you to do from now on is try and remember the last thought before you go to sleep. It's going to take a little bit of practice. It's going to take about a week or so. Once you've trained your mind to remember it, you start to remember all of your dreams and all of your thoughts you have when you are asleep. What becomes very interesting from there is you get a lot more control over your subconscious mind
I've started to go that direction.
I've lived both. I remember them the same. I've trained my mind to do this. This is why I know twice as much as you know. Do you understand? Tell you what.
Yeah, no, I've
Yeah,
started.
that was just a
go
little, like, you know, and if they know the voice, then they can bitch and cuss at me, and we'll discuss it in person when you got the balls and show up in Clearfield, motherfucker. And then X me, Twitter me, whatever the hell you want to call it, message me, we'll set something up. But the thing is not an idiot saying something that is an actual fact. And yes, like you were saying, because we talked about your dream and how you were aware of it. Becoming so lucid aware of your dreams, like, when I actually have dreams, because I rarely have dreams, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes I try to throw myself into the dream and want to. But I also know that when I don't try to, I know I'm in the dream as soon as I'm in the dream.
Yeah.
So it's like, ooh, okay, we're in this universe or this timeline or this, scenario. I know exactly what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I just pull out Charisma 5000 from me into the other me, and shit happens, or literally my cat wakes me up right before something happens. Little bitch. Not always, but
the
sometimes.
cat wakes me up.
It's happened on 5 occasions. She's woke me up.
Yeah.
I mean, it was time for me to get up. It's like, dude, I needed like 2 more minutes to spend like 5 hours in that universe to have fun. Fucker.
Yeah.
But I think she woke me up because I was about to detach from this reality. Which I thank her for, but other than that, you fucking asshole.
Don't know how females are alive. Because when I opened this can of water, it reminded me of a simple fact. Women don't drink water. And why that annoys me is because women are also the ones who are constantly, endlessly complaining about these phantom headaches. If I got a crippling headache, I'd be genuinely concerned if I break it. But women just go through like, I have a headache, I need pills. You don't need pills, you need fucking 2 liters of water. You don't drink anything. When they finally decide they want to hydrate, it's usually some garbage. Starbucks mocha latte with cream. I don't know how this works. I don't know.
I just thought that was a funny one. How the hell do you fuckers still alive and you fuckers don't drink water?
Right?
I mean, and it's not
biggest,
even they not drink
biggest
water.
contradictions.
It's not, and it's also they don't just drink regular coffee. They have to add 1 million pounds of sugar, sweeteners, and creams.
Yep, my mom was a bit
Because if
culprit
you
of that.
just drink coffee, it's actually healthier for you.
Yeah.
Because it's basically just flavored water. That's all it is. Me, I can drink water all day, every day. Am I more enjoyable? Sometimes. But every once in a while, I'll hit this wave where I need a shot of caffeine just to move me on. But I mean, with the coffee, it's the same thing as me drinking Dr. Pepper Zero. It's just flavored water. That's it.
Yeah. It's essentially what diet soda is anyway.
I don't like diet soda because, like, I was talking to them about diet soda eats away at your gums because of the way the sugar's not as processed as it is in the zero sodas.
Yeah.
Because in the zero sodas, it's so processed, it doesn't have a bad effect on your gums. Because I noticed when I started drinking actual diet sodas. What?
Nico's now giggling and cackling like an idiot.
Of course. I mean, it's Nico, really? But,
Nico's like, I'm not cackling like an idiot, I am an idiot.
But that still means you're cackling like an idiot because you're fully aware that you're an idiot while you're cackling. So you literally just proved your brother right.
Yep.
Which means you're being a good younger sibling. Keep it up.
Just went to the bank to take out $1 million. Cashier says I don't have $1 million. I said I identify as a millionaire. Give me my money. Oh, she called security and threw me out. Turns out, just because you identify as something and think it's true, doesn't mean other people have to believe you. Shocker.
Shocker.
Well, also, like, he's, like, Irish or Scottish because of the accent.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. No, it was
he's
funny.
from that region of the world, so that's where I get my
Yep.
That's funny.
Yep.
Alright, well, we're going to end it tonight there because I had to replay some of the sound bites, so you guys got to rehear them and get his lunacy in
Yeah.
on the, ooh, this is here and this is, it's like, yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
I
I'm going to go find that bird one for you real quick, send it to you.
yeah, I just am very preoccupied. It is.
You good, homie?
TPAW is very occupied, but TPAW's also had a lot of stuff happen the last few months, and I've been doing my best I can to keep, afloat on everything. But this has been Crazy Peas. Next week, hopefully, will be a bit more steady. And
Fuck, no.
But
That's
then
boring.
again, next week is my anniversary with the wife, so I guess we'll just see what happens. But
You're doing what with your crazy wife, my sister?
yeah, we're probably gonna go out to dinner or do something next week. But yeah, we're gonna do some stuff, but we'll see how things happen. Yeah, either way, tune in and we'll see what happens. But this has been Crazy Peas. I'm TPAW,
Karnage 6778.
and have a week.
Don't die. Put your finger in your ass.
My ass. Worker person.
Are you children?